Brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank. We can share the dream. Stone Ford celebrating 39 years in business. Barnesville Hospital, quality caring. Belmont Harrison Career Center, get a jump on your future. Ormet Credit Union, our commitment is you. And Marietta Healthcare Physicians, latest technology, old-fashioned care.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to J. Circosta Land, also known as Woodsfield, Ohio, on the WTRF 7 Sports High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight, the Barnesville Shamrocks pay a visit on the Monroe Central Seminoles. Good evening, everybody. Scott Only along with Dan McGrew here tonight to call the game. And you know, Coach, we kid a little bit about this playing being known as J. Circosta Land, but everything around here is named after this guy. But we got a meeting between two very good coaches here tonight, and J. Circosta from Monroe Central and Al Treherne for Barnesville.
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you got kids that are, I call them kids because I remember when Jay played, and of course Alan played for me, and you know, they're both coming out of the PVC, and they're both coming out of successful programs. It should be a heck of a football game. You know, 1-6 is not a J. Circosta thing, but, you know, he could very easily maybe be 4-3. Who knows?
You look at this game, and as you say, the Noles come in at 1-6. Barnesville making what they hope is another run toward another postseason berth in Ohio football play. So a matchup of two teams going in kind of different directions.
Yeah, I think so, and I think I talked to Alan, and I talked to the boy. Bednesi boy's out tonight. He's got broken ribs, and you know, he's a heck of a back, and that has to hurt him. And I know one thing, Jay will be ready for him, and Jay's kids will give everything that they have.
You talk about the loss of Bednesi, that's huge. He's one of the best tailbacks in the Ohio Valley. And as you say, J. Circosta has a team this year that's young. He knew he was going to be young coming into the season. They're playing a lot of sophomores on this football team, and they're only going to get better with time. For Al Treherne, he's got a team that's a little older, a little more used to playing football on every Friday night. So I think that's another factor that plays into this too as well. A little more veteran team for Barnesville.
Yeah, but after 7 games, you don't have any rookies left. You know, sophomores after 7 games aren't sophomores anymore. And then that's the thing, and these guys are good fundamental football coaches. You know, Alan's only been there a few years, and he's had great success. And my goodness, Jay's won more games probably than anybody in the Valley that's ever coached it. So, you know, his record will stand up. And as I said, I don't think 5-2 and 1-6 means a darn thing.
You look at it, Monroe Central coming off of a tough defeat last week. They had Shenandoah beat late until the Zeps scored with about 25 seconds to go out in Sarahsville. So they're fired up for this game tonight here in Woodsfield. The Noles think they have what it takes to maybe give Barnesville a good run for their money tonight here in Woodsfield. Stay with us, folks. We'll see what happens. The kickoff is coming up next here on WTRF.
There's no need to substitute high touch for high tech. Take a bigger view of Barnesville Hospital, quality caring.
Doctors Eva Giro and Bob Paul Ardelli are happy to be living and working in our community. Specializing in primary care as well as internal medicine, both doctors are accepting new patients. With a vision of serving in a small rural area, the doctors visit nursing homes and make house calls to those who cannot come to the office.
Thank you for welcoming us to your community.
We look forward to meeting your medical needs.
If you need a doctor, call Marietta Healthcare Physicians in Woodsfield at 472-0712. Monroe County Court Judge James W. Peters has an established record of distinguished judicial service from one century to the next. With a 12-year tradition of fairness, impartiality, and common sense in the courtroom, Judge Peters has consistently upheld the law. When he and his wife came to Monroe County, they decided it was the perfect place to raise their children, James and Kylie. While Jim practiced law and served as county judge, Kay worked as a dental hygienist. Judge Peters has helped make Monroe County a great place to live. Do your part to make this the right place to raise your family. On November 7th, re-elect Judge Peters to Monroe County Court.
Lots of folks are ready to buy a new car. Some need a new car for work, some for family use. Others are planning a long vacation and they want to be sure they have a reliable vehicle. Whatever your reason for buying, Belmont Savings Bank has the money you need. It's fast and it's easy. Just call or stop in at any Belmont Savings Bank location in Bel Air, St. Clairsville, Powhatan, or Barnesville.
Amanda White is about to go for a walk with some friends.
It's like a little family. Everybody knows everybody.
Amanda is no ordinary young woman.
I would have died in December of '91 without my transplant.
Amanda is a heart transplant recipient.
We all have this common bond.
When you join the American Heart Walk, you'll not only be walking for people like Amanda White, Thanks to American Heart Association research, you'll also be walking with them.
And we're back, everybody, once again here in Woodsfield tonight as the Monroe Central Seminoles get ready to take on the Barnesville Shamrocks. Monroe Central will be kicking off to start the game. The Rocks will be receiving and going on offense first. And as we were remarking, Dan, in our pregame comments, they'll be without their star tailback, Matt Bednezi, tonight, who's out with a rib injury. That's a huge blow to this offense, really. I mean, he's a major component of what they like to do offensively. And also, too, we should see more of Justin Jeffers tonight just at quarterback and not really the whole slash role that a lot of people have seen throughout the season so far.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Treherne before the game, and he said they made the decision that they were basically going to stick with Jeffers. So I looked for a lot of option stuff, maybe a lot of sprint out, roll out with Jeffers running the ball, particularly with Bednezi not playing.
Thing is, he's a heck of an athlete. The Jeffers kid, he'll play just about anywhere for you. You ask him to play down lineman, he'd probably play down lineman for you on a football team. And thing is, he's just too valuable a quarterback, though, I think, to be moving him all over the field, and they found that out, so he'll be there tonight. And we'll see how he works out there tonight, staying in just one position. Adam Jones will be kicking off for the Noles to get us underway here tonight in Woodsfield. Chad Barker is back deep to receive, along with Drew Gibson and Justin Jeffers, but an onside kick to start it. It's loose, and Monroe Central recovers off of a Shamrock, and the Noles get it at midfield. They'll take over, 1st and 10, just shy of the 50-yard line. And I hate to say this because I know they're big rivals, but Jay almost taking something out of Dave Caldwell's playbook.
Right. Jay's in a situation now. He's 1-6. He has nothing to lose. He ends up with a football in great field position. Maybe we're going to turn the tide in the ball game early.
So the Seminoles will start on offense. Michael Joyce is under center. He's the quarterback for the Seminoles. 1st and 10 on their own 49. Give it the backfield goes to Jones, but there's a penalty flag on the play as it's snapped. And we've got procedure against the Seminoles. Let's take a look at the Monroe Central starting offensive lineup if we can. As I said, Joyce is the starting quarterback tonight for the Noles. He's joined in the backfield by Adam Jones and Gabe Gordon. Conrad and Brown and Stevens are the guys he'll be throwing the ball to. Up front, Frohnapple, Smithberger, Seifert, Shoemaker, and Kinney along that offensive line for Monroe Central on a 1st and 15 after the procedure penalty. It takes him back to the 44-yard line. So Jay trying to get something sparked here tonight, and maybe that onside kick will just do it. Here he is on 1st and 15. Handoff. That time goes to Christopher Wilson, I think, number 46. He got a yard or two over the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Defensively, here's the way the Shamrocks shake down. Phillips, Stenger, Petticord, Wells, Howe, and Spazensky. Wilson, Jeffers, Miller. Bednezi is out tonight. He's scratched now, and Jeffers is out there as well. Bednezi out with an injury. Joris to pass out of the backfield, trying to get it on the near side to Eric Brown, but he put it right into the back that time of Clay Wilson, linebacker out covering, and Wilson all over him.
Well, in the first two plays, Scott, Jay come out with a power eye with an unbalanced line and just powered the ball off tackle, once right, once left. Of course, once there was a penalty. And on this third play, they came out in his regular wing tee, looked set, and threw out of it. So, I haven't seen him this year, so I don't know how much they were running an unbalanced or power eye, or they were forced to take a timeout. Player for number 77, it looks like, wasn't in the ball game.
Jeremy Kinney was over on the sideline, number 77, and they wanted him to report into the game, and he wasn't out there, so they had to take a timeout. Jay not too happy with that, honestly, obviously, too. But, Circosta going through a tough one this year. They're 1-6 right now, and we were looking here before the ball game tonight, and believe this, Jay Circosta has not had a losing season since 1986 when his team went 4-6. And during the 90s, this team averaged 9 wins a year. They were 9-1 just a season ago, so they don't understand losing out here too much in these parts, and I know Jay doesn't want to accept it, and he won't. He's only going to keep on working harder and make sure that this team gets better for next year. And this is a young football team this year. He's playing a lot of sophomores, but as you said, they're gaining good experience.
Well, I had to laugh. Jay tried to make a little little joke. He said something about, I was joking with him before the game, and I says, there's not enough things named Sir Costa as the street and everything. He said the next thing might be named Sir Costa is my resignation because I don't win some games.
I don't think they could ever get rid of this guy out here. They don't come too much better in the coaching ranks than Jay Sircosta. Joris under pressure, gets away, but he won't get away from the second wave, which brings him down. Good job defensively that time by the Rocks. In on the tackle, Josh Williams, number 57, was deep in the backfield along with Clay Wilson again and Matt Phillips, number 70. Great pressure that time from the Rocks.
Well, the Seminoles come on and they were in a single back set with a spread formation, and you either play pass defense or rush the passer, and that time Barnesville elected to rush the passer, and it was a great call.
So the Seminoles are going to be forced to punt. They get the punt off, kind of off the side of the foot. It'll get down to the 40 and takes an unfortunate bounce from Monroe Central. Actually bounces sideways and out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Shamrocks, just shy of their own 40. So luckily for Barnesville, the onside kick that they muffed at the beginning of the game really doesn't hurt them at all. They end up getting pretty good field position out of this, starting on their own 40.
Yes, they did, and once again, and also they wasted a timeout.
Right.
And that could be very crucial at the end of the game.
So Jeffers will be under center. In the backfield with him is Mike Welch at tailback wearing number 14. Also Chad Barker at fullback wearing number 10. On 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Pitch goes to Welch trying to get outside. Gets a good block on the corner. Spins it up over the 40 into about the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
Yeah, they run a power sweep coming out of there, and Barker, the fullback, had a good lead block and got around the corner and picked up 5. You pick up 5 every play, you're in good shape.
2nd and 5 for the Rocks. Take a look at their starting offensive unit coming up here after the 2nd down play. 2nd and 5, just shy of the 45. No score yet. We're down to 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter from Woodsfield. Twin wideouts to the near side. Jeffers is just going to keep it. He'll get a yard or two over the 45, just shy of the 47. It'll be 3rd and about 3. Jeffers is the quarterback, as we said, for Barnesville. In the backfield, Bettinezzi, you see him there. He is injured and out, unfortunately. Welch is in the backfield, and replacing Bettinezzi also in the backfield is number 10, Barker. Turner, Miller, and Lolithan, along with Stevens, Rogers, Phillips, Wilson, and Tuville are up front for the Shamrocks. On 3rd and about 7. 3rd and 3, excuse me. They've picked up 7 so far. From the shotgun is Jeffers. Twin wideouts to the near side. He's going to run it again. He's over the 50, has a 1st down into Monroe Central territory. Still on his feet. Look at Justin Jeffers go all the way down to Monroe Central 20-yard line. What a great individual effort that time from Justin Jeffers, who took the snap out of the shotgun and just took off and made a fantastic run all the way down to the Monroe Central 21s where they'll mark him out.
Well, as I said, Scott, they come on. They were in a spread set with in a shotgun look, and actually what Jeffers ran that time was a quarterback draw, and he broke it and then broke the outside and broke 2 or 3 tackles. The kid's an excellent runner, and as you stated earlier, he could play probably any place on a football field.
Try and take a look at the Monroe Central defense after this 1st down play here for the Rocks. 1st and 10 on the Knowles 21. Back in motion to the near side is Welch. They'll pitch it in the backfield to Drew Gibson. He's coming to the near side, gets over the 15, and he's down to about the 13. It'll be a gain of about 8. Defensively for the Monroe Central Seminoles, here's the way they line up. Jones and Seifert and Smithberger, along with Kinney and Cease, are the linemen. Stevens is at one linebacker for him, along with Shoemaker, Gordon and Brown, the corners. Christopher Wilson, the strong safety. Adam Conrad is the free safety. 2nd and about 1. He got about 9 on 1st down. Did Gibson.
Barnesville's in an offset eye with Twins out to the right.
They'll fake the handoff and roll Jeffers.
Looking
to throw a tip ball. It's in the air. Pulled down and caught by one of the linemen. Heady play that time by number 73, Jay Stevens. Saw the tip ball in the air and made a nice reception.
Well, Jeffers come out and they sprinted into the slot, and he just pulled up. I don't know. I thought for a second there he was going to run the football, but then I think maybe something flashed and he come up in and threw a great play by Monroe Central. The kid, stuffed the ball on him, but it came right into the offensive lineman's hands, and that was his day of infamy.
You make a good play defensively, and they still get a first down out of it. 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal. Jeffers rolling. Still has it and looking. Got a group of blockers in front of me. He'll try and turn it upfield, but Monroe Central did a nice job that time, stringing him out, and also a good job in the defensive backfield to be covering the wide receivers and not really giving him any room to throw it into the end zone.
Adam Jones from Monroe Central played the play exceptionally well. He was lined up as an outside linebacker, defensive end type, and he strung it to the sideline so he got some help.
Nice job by the Noles. As you said, just kept him running toward the sideline and used it as another defender. He did get about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. Turning clock down to 7 minutes to go. Jeffers, a short drop, throws it over the middle, and it's knocked incomplete. Nice job defensively there by Adam Conrad, number 21. Got his hand in on the ball that time and knocked it incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 7.
Shoemaker made an excellent play there. Tyler Shoemaker, the linebacker. That must be about the 27th Shoemaker's played for Jay jokingly, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I've never seen a Shoemaker that couldn't play.
No. They can all play, and they only play at one speed.
Bull.
That's right. All right, this is a big play. 3rd and goal from the 7. One man in the backfield behind Jeffers. They'll fake the handoff to Gibson, rolling to the near side. Into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Pulled in that time by number 9, John Miller, in the corner of the end zone. For a second, I saw the 9. I thought it was an 8. Thought maybe they put in Starr and they threw it to Jeffers, but it was Jeffers with the pass. I thought it was going to be too high.
Jeffers come out on a bootleg, and really, truthfully, the defensive line for Monroe Central played it well, and come into him and actually hit Jeffers as he threw the ball, but he got it away, and the boy from number 9, John Miller, was wide open for the touchdown.
Pazinski will put the extra point up. It is blocked. Blocked by Monroe Central, so the PAT is no good. And it's 6-0 in favor of Barnesville. Well, the Rock strike first, a big 3rd and goal play, and Jeffers finds John Miller. His split in the corner of the end zone. Miller made a nice catch, and Jeffers made an excellent throw, because there's only one thing that's going to happen. It's either going to be caught for a touchdown or it's going to be incomplete. Here we are on the extra point try. Corey Starr is the holder. Spazinski, as we said, the kicker. Kind of a high snap, and it really didn't get blocked. It was just
quarterback dropped the ball, the holder.
Yep.
Let the ball fall.
Yep.
But, as we stated earlier, it's becoming very obvious that Coach Treherne is, he's learned his lessons well. He's changed up a little bit from the last time I saw him with Jeffers as the quarterback, because he's attacking him and putting him out on the corner on a boot action and on a sprint action, and put him in a pass-run situation, and that's probably the best thing you can do with him, because he is a tremendous athlete.
Yeah, because he offers you so many abilities, as you said. If he can get on the corner, he's kind of a double threat, because he can throw it or he can run with it, and teams have to respect both. And he showed a little bit of it, both styles on that drive. He had a great run to get him all the way down to the 21 that really set up that touchdown. All right, Spazinski to kick it off. The Noles back to return it, bringing it up. Adam Conrad, number 21. Got a big hole outside, over the 45 and up to about the 47-yard line. So the Seminoles will have excellent field position to start off their second drive of the night on a great return that time by number 21, Adam Conrad.
Yeah, it looked for a while like Conrad was going to break it up in there. He brought it back about 40 yards, 35, 40 yards. This has been a game so far that excellent field position by both teams. Now let's see if Monroe Central can take advantage of this position now.
Yeah, they had great field position on their opening drive after the onside kick. They started on their own 49, but really that procedure penalty put them in a hole at 1st and 15. Yours hands it off that time, and a short gain of about maybe 2 yards up to about the 49-yard line. Not too much happening that time for Adam Jones. Gain of about 2. It'll be second and about 8.
Jake come out with split backs that time and just run a straight dive play up over the left tackle. Barnesville stuck it up in there pretty good, held him to a 1.5 yard, 2-yard gain.
So second and about 8. Clock turning down to 6:15 remaining here in the opening quarter. If you're just joining us, 7-0 in favor of Barnesville. Motion to the near side, pitch into the backfield, and running down the near side is Christopher Williams. He's over the midfield stripe and into Barnesville territory to about the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4 yards or so. It's going to be third down and about 3.
Well, the Seminoles come out that time with the wing to the left and brought the wing back in motion and used him as a lead blocker on a quick toss to the halfback, and he picked up about 4 yards. That's a play that, I think brings back memories when Coach Treehorn was playing for me at Meadowbrook. That was a great play that we ran a lot with him.
Third and about 3 from the 47. George pitches it to the opposite side. There's Eric Brown, and he is going to be pulled down. Great play by Jeffers that time to come up and make the tackle, along with Clay Wilson coming up to join in on the fun, and Warren Wilson also, number 22.
Well, that was the exact same play, Scott, the other way, except they pitched it into the wing and didn't bring the wing in motion. And I'll tell you, Barnesville was sitting there. Matt Phillips, number 70, just made a heck of a play on it.
Well, it's fourth down now, and the Noles are going to have to punt again. They've had good field position on both drives, but just have not been able to do anything with it so far. Good snap. Low punt, though. Take a bounce, and Jeffers will take it at his own 20-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Coming back to the near side. Needs to try and get around one man, and he does. He's over the 30, 35. He'll run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. And what a great return by Justin Jeffers, and just continues to show you his athletic ability. Started on all the way opposite of the far hash on the far sideline and runs it all the way back to the near sideline and gets it up to the 40. Great field position again for the Shamrocks here to start off their second drive of the evening.
Yeah, he come back. I think that the return was set for the right, but he got pinned up in there, and he bring it back on his own. And he outrun the one man, the gunner coming down, but the pursuit had time to get to him.
Okay, first and 10 now. Twin wideouts to the far side for Barnesville on first and 10 on their own 40. Jeffers under center. Barker's in the backfield along with Welch, who takes the carry, and Welch is into Shamrock, into Barnesville. Monroe Central territory, if I could get it right, and he's all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big run that time for Mike Welch, and a big gainer for the Shamrocks.
Well, that time Barnesville come on. They had a slot formation, and they came back into the slot, and they run the counter, the old Washington Redskin counter trend, bringing the backside guard and the tackle, and got up through clean. And Welch just made a heck of a run. He came very close to breaking it all the way.
Who says this team needs Matt Bettenezzi at tailback? They've got some other kids in there that can tote the ball as well.
Well, I still think you never have enough running backs.
That's right. Hey, Corey Starr, he's in at quarterback now, Coach. And they've got Jeffers lined up at tailback. They're going to fake the handoff to him, and they're going to give it to the first man through. That's Chad Barker, so kind of a decoy that time.
Yeah, they come
Jeffers back at tailback.
They come out in an offset eye and fake the toss and come right back in with a quick trap inside to the left. And it was a very good-looking play, picked up 5 yards.
And out goes Starr. Back in comes Welch. So just to kind of throw it in there to keep them off their guard a little bit. And as you say, they pick up 5 yards, so it's positive. Second and 5 from the 21 for Barnesville. Jeffers is back at quarterback. Welch is at tailback. Twin wideouts to the top. Jeffers will roll that way, looking. He's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. Got a man, but what a defensive play that time made by Adam Conrad, who comes over, makes the interception, but he was out of bounds.
Jeffers had him, but he was a little late on the throw and got a little too much air onto it. And the defensive back from Barnesville made a heck of a play and come over. He made the interception, actually, but he was out of bounds.
Just stayed up there a little too long, as you said, and you could see on the play, Conrad was watching Jeffers the whole time, and he read it going to the corner. It was just a case of whether or not he could get there in time, and he did. So it's now 3rd and 5 from the 21. But if Barnesville here, you're in 4-down territory all the way at the 21. Handoff, and that's a great defensive play by the Monroe Central Seminoles that time. Daniel Smithberger, number 66, made a great play on Drew Gibson to bring him down for a loss of about 1. It's going to make it 4th and 6 from about the 22.
Well, they tried to come back with that same counter again, and what Smithberger did, he was the down lineman. As soon as the guard pulled, he got right in his pocket, and that's where you really try to coach him. And he split him, and he was in there, and he made a great play.
Big play here for the Monroe Central defense. 4th and about 6 from the 22. Jeffers in the gun. Looking to pass, going to throw it out into the flat, and another good defensive play by Monroe Central. Adam Jones that time read that play right from the start. Little swing out to Mike Welch, and Jones was right there to make the tackle.
He was sitting right out there with him, an excellent play. It wasn't deceiving. Of course, Jeffers looking at him, but Barker the whole way, and I'm sorry, that was Mike Welch, not Barker.
A big play for the Noles on defense, though. They turn them away and stop them on a 4th down, and so Monroe Central take back over, trailing 7-0 with 2:42 left to go here in the opening quarter. This is the worst field position so far of the night for Monroe Central. They'll start on their own 28-yard line. Had good field position so far tonight, but just have not been able to take care of it offensively. Joris under center. Will give it off this time to Jones, trying to come to the near side, trying to get the corner. He does get over the 30, and he'll be marked out at about the 33-yard line. It'll be gain of close to about 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down at about 6.
Yeah, Barnesville, the Seminoles come out that time again, and they were in a power I set, and they just looked like they come out and run a stretch or an off-tackle play and stretch it to the outside. And the pursuit from Barnesville was very, very good and held it to a 4 or 5 yard gain.
2nd and 6 from the 33. Joris fakes the handoff, rolling, going to put it up, going downfield, and had a man, but just a little too tall, intended for T.J. Stevens that time. Overthrows him, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Once again, the Noles come out that time, and they run a little boot action and run a little flood route coming down, and the man was open just a little bit too far.
So it's 3rd and 6 now for the Seminoles from their own 33-yard line. Like to pick up a 1st down so you don't have to punt from deep in your end. You'd be giving probably Barnesville some decent territory. Split backs. Joris getting pressure, but he gets it off. Pulled down by T.J. Stevens, and the marker looks like he's going to have enough for a 1st down. He's marked it just shy of the 40, needed the 39. That will be a Monroe Central 1st down. Joris did a nice job hanging in with the pressure coming.
Yeah, they came out, and they were in with a flanker set. And Stevens lined up at the tight end, and they just set back in there, had a straight drop back, and swung both backs out, and he just released off the tight end right into the middle.
Big play from Monroe Central. They pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 now for the Noles. Joris to throw it again to the near side. Pulled in by Adam Conrad. He's over the 50 and down to the Barnesville 48-yard line where he's marked down, and that looks like that's going to be another Monroe Central 1st down.
Yeah, Monroe Central's coming out, and they're putting a slot out, and they're running a little flood action over there, a little sometimes straight drop back, sometimes sprint, and the Barnes right at this point in time, Barnesville's not covering it.
Timeout on the field now for Barnesville. They're going to take a timeout. I think they want to talk about what's going on. We're going to take a timeout as well. We're still late in the 1st quarter. 6-0 in favor of the Barnesville Shamrocks. Back with more in just a moment here on WTRF.
Ormet Credit Union is exploding with membership opportunities. Anyone living, working, or attending college in Belmont or Monroe counties can join Ormet Credit Union. You can celebrate our expansion whether you're college-bound, raising children, or nearing retirement. Just some of the financial services now available to you include mortgage, car, and home equity loans. Stop by our locations in Clarington, Hannibal, or St. Clairsville for your membership application. And celebrate your financial options at Ormet Credit Union. because our commitment is you.
Number 1 Doane Ford has the best in service parts and collision repair. The body shop features the car liner for fast, precise, top-quality repair work. The computerized mixing system and downdraft making paint booth make Doane Ford's body shop the best around. Doane also offers the largest selection in parts. Service is number 1 at Doane Ford. In-house trained technicians with over 130 years combined experience guarantee you top-quality repairs and maintenance. The area's best service parts department and body shop, only at Doane Ford, Morristown, Ohio.
And we're back once again, everybody, here in Woodsfield tonight. Monroe Central and Barnesville in the first quarter. Shamrocks leading 6-0 over the Noles. But Monroe Central is driving. First and 10 on the Barnesville 48. Joris back to pass. Looking, going to send it to the near side, and it's incomplete. Just off the hands of T.J. Stevens. Would have been a short gain of maybe about 3, but it goes incomplete. And it'll be second and 10 for the Seminoles.
Once again, that's another look. Formation set that Jay started. That time they come out with a trip set, and once again they're flooding the zone, and that time they ran 2 of the guys off deep and then tried to bring Stevens underneath of him, and it wasn't complete, but it was a good design.
Joris takes the hand up to the first man through, gives it to the second. Christopher Wilson, not much there for him, a gain of about 2 yards, and it's going to be third down at about 8 now for the Seminoles on the Barnesville 47.
That time Jay went back a few years, back in his mind and back in his playbook, and run the old belly, and he made a living on that play for a lot of years.
See what he has for third and 8. High set.
Draw.
Give it to the top man, and Barnesville is right on it. Great job defensively that time for the Shamrocks. Good play, really. They didn't get sucked in too deep. Did a good job to hang on. Josh Williams was in on the tackle that time, along with Clay Wilson. He seems to be on in just about every tackle for the Barnesville Shamrocks defensively from that linebacker position. He does a nice job. And Williams from that down lineman position, too. So it'll be 4th and 12, a loss of 2. Actually, a loss of 4, back to the 50. And it's punt formation time again for the Seminoles. Low snap. They do get it away. Good high punt. Fair catch called for and made at about the 24-yard line. Pulled in that time by Max Lolithan. And it'll be first and 10 for the Shamrocks on their own 24-yard line to start this drive. 16.9 seconds remaining in the opening quarter with the Rocks leading 6-0.
You know, you were talking about Josh Williams previously. Now that's about the second, I know, but maybe the third time. He's getting pretty close on these punts. He may get one before the night's over.
Yeah, he was real close on that one. All right, first and 10 for the Rocks on their own 24-yard line. Justin Turner will come in motion to the near side before we can get things going. We've got a penalty flag.
Get a delay.
Ball start, 5-yard loss against the Rocks. Puts him back over the 20 to the 19. So it'll be first and 15 for Barnesville. Knowles here would like to somehow try to find a way to get their defense to step it up and force the Shamrocks to go 3 and out deep in their own end, play a little more field position game. It's hard when you got a guy like Justin Jeffers running the show, though. Turner in motion again to the near side. Jeffers will roll to the far side, looking, and he's just going to keep it and run with it. He'll get it back up over the 20 to about the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 4, and with the penalty, it'll end up being second and about 11, and that should be, and it will be, the final play of the first quarter. So, we've played one here in Woodsfield tonight. Barnesville is leading. Score after 1 quarter on the Barnesville Hospital scoreboard. 6-0 in favor of the Rocks. Back with the second quarter in a moment here on WTRF.
Doctors Eva Giro and Bob Paul Ardelli are happy to be living and working in our community. Specializing in primary care as well as internal medicine, both doctors are accepting new patients. With a vision of serving in a small rural area, the doctors visit nursing homes and make house calls to those who cannot come to the office.
Thank you for welcoming us to your community.
We look forward to meeting your medical needs.
If you need a doctor, call Marietta Healthcare Physicians in Woodsfield at 472-0712.
Belmont Savings Bank people. For over 100 years, Belmont Savings Bank employees have been greeting their customers with a smile. If you're currently a Belmont Savings Bank customer, we thank you. If you are not, stop in and say hello and have a free cup of coffee. You'll find Belmont Savings Bank people, financial services, and great interest rates, an unbeatable combination. Belmont Savings Bank, with offices in Bel Air, St. Clairsville, Powhatan, and Barnesville.
Monroe Family Health Center, serving Monroe County with family practice, lab and x-ray services, and shots for tots. Nurse practitioners and physicians accepting new patients now. Now with 3 generations to serve you, Gallagher & Sons Rock of Ages Memorials has been a family tradition since 1954. See Ron, Kathy, or Jason. See Martin Rehab for outpatient orthopedic and physical therapy, plus neurological, pediatric, and sports rehab. Newly remodeled, easy access, major insurances accepted.
And welcome back, everybody, here on WTRF Television. And thanks to the folks at Barnesville High School for the nice sign right there, the cheerleaders, I'm sure. We're happy to have the Barnesville Shamrocks on television once again, as well as the Monroe Central Seminoles. 2 fine programs here in the OVAC. And as we said at the top of the show, 2 coaches that are really a lot of fun to be around. Al Treherne, a great guy, always very cordial whenever we show up. And Jay Circosta the same way. Always invites you into the field house and sit down with you and talk a while, and it's great to be out here with those 2 guys again. 2nd and 11 for the Rocks as we start the second quarter on their own 23-yard line. They lead 6-0. Jeffers under center. Short drop. He's just going to draw, and he's going to run. He made a nice move there. Another great move. Gets over the 40, still on his feet over the 45, and all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Same play they broke the first time. First time Jeffers ran the ball, and he ran it out of a shotgun the first time. That time it was a little quarterback draw, a quarterback counter. Might have been a little trap action in there. I couldn't see, but he broke it, and once again, Jeffers shows the ability that he can run the football.
Gain of 24. What does that do to you as a coach when you have on a quarterback draw? Is that a frustrating play to have go for 24 yards?
Well, it depends. It depends. Now, with a kid like Jeffers, the only thing they're doing is he's a quarterback. He's a running back lined up as a quarterback. Yeah, it is. And if they trap you, a kid reads it particularly, he thinks they're going to throw the ball. So, you're racing the double with the kid all night to get pressure anyway. And
then he does, and he's looking at the quarterback's 20 yards downfield.
Right.
Yeah. Chad Barker on the short gain that time for the Rocks. Got about 3, though, up to about the 49. It'll be 2nd and about 7.
Basic football play. Barnesville just run a straight dive to the left side with Barker. And as you said, he picked up a long 3.
Of course, if you're just joining us here tonight, Matt Bettinezzi is out. Rib injury keeping him out of the contest tonight. Right now, though, the Rocks not letting it affect them. They're up 6-0. Jeffers forced in the pocket. Does he get rid of it? Yes, nearly intercepted. Boy, he got lucky there. Being pulled down that time by Daniel Smithberger, and then he nearly threw it into the hands of T.J. Stevens, number 22.
Yeah, you were just asking about the quarterback draw, and we were talking about the pressure. Well, I'll tell you, the pressure saved Monroe Central a touchdown that time because the split end, Laluthan from Barnesville broke wide open on a post down the middle, and the quarterback Jeffers was right on him, but the pressure got to him and flushed him out of there.
Smithberger did a nice job getting into the backfield and forcing him out and nearly bringing him down for the sack. 3rd and about 7. Jeffers going to roll with a blocker in front of him, throwing it downfield. It's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it in that time to number 32, Justin Turner. Seminoles had good coverage on the play as well that time, and Barnesville is going to have to bring the punt unit on.
I think we see a big difference. The big difference I see right now in the throwing game is it looks like Barnesville's trying to get everything in one throw, and Monroe Central's coming out with action and flood zones, and they're hitting the shorter routes. And really, truthfully, they're being more successful right now.
Here's where you got to watch, because Jeffers is a kid that does it all. He's also the punter, so a fake of some sort is always possible. But he does get an even punts the ball nice. Look at that nice spiral off his foot. Comes down to the near side. A return that time by Christopher Wilson, who gets a good return up over the 25 to about the 29-yard line. So not bad field position for the Noles to start this drive, trailing 6-0. And if you're Jay Circosta, I mean, you got to be feeling pretty good, because, here you are, you're hanging in there with them still, and it's only 6-0, and you got 10.5 minutes to go before the half. You just like to see your offense. Your offense has kind of like gradually started to put things together a little bit as we've gone through the game. The last drive probably their best so far, and let's see if they can get even a little better on this drive.
Well, my old high school coach told me a long time ago, if you let people hang around long enough, they're going to have biting you. So, and I'm sure Jay's thinking this. Very good-looking play right there.
Nice run that time by Gabe Gordon, number 44. And we'll see where they mark him out. Looks like he's out at about the 38. That's going to be very close to a Monroe Central first down, and it's not close. It is a first down.
Yeah, they just came in there and run a power off the left tackle, and they opened it up well, and a very good hole, and they come right in there. Very good-looking play.
Gabe Gordon gains about 11, and it's a first down.
There comes the belly again. They run the belly. That time Barnesville come out in the wishbone set. Unbalanced left and run the belly back to the short side of the wishbone set.
Christopher Wilson was the ball carrier. He gets it up to the 40. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards or so. We'll call it second and about 8. It'll be a long 8.
See, that's one good thing about running the belly out of a 3-back set, whether it's a full house or a power eye or a wishbone set, which they're in again. It gives you a lead blocker on the belly.
Out of the bone.
The same thing, and
they're going to throw it. Got the man open and good running room all the way into Barnesville territory is Adam Jones down to the 40-yard line.
Well, Barnesville come out and run the belly out of the bone set to the right and picked up about 5 or 6 yards. They come right back and run the belly out of the bone again and only threw the pass off of it, which is the pattern play to it, and it was a very good play.
3 straight there out of the wishbone, and they hit a couple of big ones so far. 10-yard run and then a big pass play. Try to run it up the middle that time, and Gabe Gordon's hit hard right at the line of scrimmage.
Brandon Wells.
Nice stick that time.
And he's getting up a little slower.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Here it is on the replay. You'll see.
Wells just come up and smacked him.
Nice hit.
As Don Nealon said, you got to smack people. But Frank Beamer showed him how to smack people last night.
They didn't do too much smacking in the second half. I was all fired up at halftime. I was bouncing off the walls at the TV station in the third quarter hit.
Well, I was coaching my little team at Sherrard last night, and unfortunately for me, we didn't win the game, but they played hard, and I only saw the second half of the West Virginia game.
You saw the wrong half. If they could have just played, if they could have played one half.
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's why they play 60 minutes.
I know. Out of the bone again. They'll fake it. They're going to throw it. Got a man open. Pass pulled in by Eric Brown. Brown still on his feet. Eric Brown deep into Barnesville territory all the way down to the 15. It'll be a 1st and 10 there for Monroe Central.
That's exactly what I said a little earlier. Scott, they come out and they ran the belly pass again, and in fact that time they held up the end and did let him out, and they went to the underneath back again, and that's Jay's being very successful hitting the underneath receivers.
And a nice run by Brown after the catch. Touchdown saving tackle made right there by Spiksenski. 1st and 10 for Monroe Central from the Barnesville 15. Joris to the air again. Throwing it out to the near side. Pulled in that time by Adam Conrad.
Plus got a face mask.
Yep, going to add a face mask onto that. It's going to be 1st and goal from inside the 5.
Well, it's going to be half the distance, so he's going to be about on the 3 or 4 yard line.
It'll be first and goal from about the 3. We'll see if they stay with the bone on the first and goal situation. Here's the replay. Short drop. Throw it to the near side.
I didn't see a face mask there. Maybe there's something else there.
Maybe leading with the head. I'm not sure. It's first and goal.
Jay's got a lot of choices here. He's in the bone again. I look for him to run a power out of it.
From the near half.
There it is. He powered. He's
into the end zone. Touchdown. Taken in by number 46, Christopher Wilson. And the Noles have tied it up at 6-0 as we await the extra point try.
Yeah, they came out that time. They came unbalanced left with the wishbone set and just powered to the strong side, alongside the formation, and run him power off tackle left, and he walked into the end zone.
Chris Yoho will come on for the extra point opportunity for Monroe Central and for a chance to give the Noles the lead. Here's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is no good. Everybody in the stands thought it was.
I thought it was too.
I did too. I don't know where he missed it, but apparently he did.
This turned into an old knockdown, drag-out, bloody-my-nose football game, and as I said earlier, 5-2.
Here's the touchdown again, Dan.
He just powered it, come in clean.
Rolled his way into the end zone off that last tackler.
Yeah, what they did, they come in there, and play was always basically the easiest way to call is a double in and double out. The double team down inside, bring him 2 lead backs and double out, and he walked in. But as I was saying, this 5-2 and 1-6 don't mean anything, no. and this is going to be I think a knockout, drag-out football game the whole game.
Like we were saying, Monroe Central just a week ago, playing on the road at Shenandoah, had the Zeps almost knocked out, almost handing them their first loss of the season. Zeps were able to pull that out with about 25 seconds left on a Jedediah Stephen touchdown pass. This team's been close in a lot of games this year. They've been just there every time, and that's what's been so tough, because this has been a pretty young football team, starting a lot of sophomores. And
well, like I said,
at this point of the season, they're growing up.
Yeah, they're not young anymore. If they're still young, you better find some other ones.
You look at the roster, there are not too many seniors dotting this roster here at Monroe Central, so they're gaining a lot of experience for the upcoming seasons, that's for sure. Kickoff is going to be returned by the Rocks. Barker on the far side. Chad Barker finally knocked out of bounds over the 30 to about the 32-yard line, so pretty good return and some pretty good field position for Barnesville to start this drive. And if you're Al Treherne, you want to see your offense put something together here again, because the Noles defensively have been getting a little tougher here the last couple of drives.
Yeah, the only thing I would question on Barnesville is I don't see any rhyme or reason, and this looks like right now they're just picking and choosing and really not setting. But once again, they through scouting and their coaches, they know what they're doing. I'm up here, it's easy for me to be.
Jeffers short drop, and the pass is completed. Pulled in by Miller on the far side. That'll be a gain of about 8. It's going to be second down and probably we'll give it a gain of 7. Second at about 3.
Yeah, he threw a little hitch out there and it actually threw the ball out to the flat, and the receiver run a 1-yard route and then ran the ball for 5 or 6 more yards. Very good call.
Second and about 4 now. Second and 4 from the 38, so a gain of about 6. Jeffers under center, 2 wideouts to the near side. He'll give it to the top man in the eye. Trey Hannes will take it, number 44, up to about the 40-yard line. Gain of about 2. It'll be third and a very short 2. And quickly, look at Barnesville, quick back up to the line, trying to catch the Noles off guard a little bit here. Split backs behind Jeffers on third and short. Jeffers is just going to run it, and he'll have the first down. You saw that, Coach, they kind of went back into the huddle and then broke out of it real fast.
I tell you, it's going to be difficult really to run inside right now against Monroe Central. They're playing their, Jay's always been a 50 coach. And, they're reducing and, puts a man up and then they're iggling a little bit back. And there's just not a whole lot of room inside to run.
1st and 10 after the Jeffers 3-yard gain. From the 44. Jeffers will pitch it in the back. Look for the reverse.
Set up.
They got Miller on the far side. They need a block there. Boy, but he gets away from the first man, but not the second man. It was set up, Coach. They had it set up well, and just good job.
From Monroe Central was out there, and nobody blocked him.
See if we have it again here on the replay. We can point that out.
You got 3 lead blockers out there, and nobody blocks him.
Cease did a good job to, like you said, avoid a block and stay out there and just work on contain and kind of slow him down till the rest of the guys could get there. So,
yeah, everything was gone.
Yeah, because they had that play set up downfield, and along the line of scrimmage, just one guy kind of leaked through. 2nd and 4, just over midfield in Monroe Central territory. Turner in motion back to the near side. Jeffers will fake the handoff and roll to the near side. Going to throw downfield, and it is incomplete. Intended for John Miller. He actually had Justin Turner open down the middle of the field.
Right.
And he kept his eye on Miller, though, and overthrew him. It'll be 3rd and about 4. Turner had gotten past his defensive back.
Right. But he's coming from the opposite side, and he's rolling this way, and it's more difficult to throw back in.
Yeah.
But I think Jeffers, maybe he's eyeballing the receiver he wants to go to all the way, and probably didn't even see him. But once again, I don't understand that everything. It seems like everything you want to throw is deep.
3rd and 4. Big play for the Noles defensively here. They'd like to slow him down and force him to punt again. Jeffers.
Quarterback draw, and they're waiting on it.
And he's right there. And is there a fumble? No, they say he was down on the play. Good job defensively that time for the Noles. Randall Seifert, number 70, getting through there and pulling down Justin Jeffers. Because I think, as you said, Dan, they did have the quarterback draw on once again.
He went to the well maybe once too often. Maybe it's time to, getting along. Now they're pressuring him. They've had some success with the draw, and they've taken it off him. I look for Barnesville sometime in the near future to come out with a screen of some type, whether it's in the middle screen or out on the side with all this pressure.
Jeffers gets the punt away, take a bounce and die, and be down, that is, by the Rocks at the 29-yard line. Mike Welch will down it. But Monroe Central's taken over on offense once again, and the old momentum starting to shift to their side of the ball a little bit here.
Yeah, Barnesville's had a couple chances, and unfortunately they haven't really taken advantage of it. And Monroe Central's hung in there, and they got a good drive the last time for a touchdown. It's time for Barnesville to step up.
1st and 10 for the Noles. Out of a split backfield, fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Barnesville. Out of the hands that time of number 44, Gabe Gordon.
Josh Williams.
Into, I think it was Clay Wilson.
Clay Wilson,
number 55. He had been blocked and was lying on the ground, and it just kind of rolled right into his mitts. There it is. Gordon just never had a handle on it after the handoff from Joris. And Wilson was laying right there on the ground and just jumped right on top of it. Boy, big play for Barnesville.
I look for Barnesville to go after one right now. I look for him to come out on the corner with Jeffers.
They got Miller going to the top. Turner to the bottom here.
He may motion back into a slot, I don't know.
Corey Starr under center. Jeffers is lined up as the tailback. Is he going to throw it?
Nope, he's going to run it. Sweep.
Trying to sweep it around the corner, and a good job defensively by the Monroe Central Seminoles. Aaron Cease, number 32. He's made a couple of great plays on the corner.
And he's doing that from a defensive end spot, not an outside linebacker or DB. This kid's playing very, very well.
Here he is again. Watch him on the replay. 32, he's the defensive end, Jeffers, and he's just stringing him out, and he gets there and then throws it back for a loss. Yep.
Very good play.
No gain. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Starr is out. Jeffers under center. John Miller lined up to the bottom. See if maybe they try to go for the home run here. No. throw it out in the flat, pulled in by Turner. Gain of about 5. And it'll be third and about 5, or it looks like it's going to be third and about 6.
It seemed like, once again, as I said, Scott, every time they want to throw short, they're being very successful at it. As I said, I don't know. It's much easier to see from up here than it is down there, I'm sure.
It will be third and about 5. Gain of about 5 on the play from Jeffers to Justin Turner. They're in 4-down territory here, though, all the way down on the Monroe Central 26-yard line. One man in the backfield behind Jeffers. Turner in motion back to the near side. They'll give it to him. He's got some running room around the near side. Makes a turn. He's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 7. Great play, and boy, great speed by Turner once he got onto the corner.
Well, they come out in the slot. Turner came in motion as a slot back, and they handed to him coming back on the slot. That's the play that they used to run with Jeffers running the ball. But very successful play. But I'll tell you one thing. They're coming up with gadgets against Woodsfield, against Monroe Central.
First and goal now for the Rocks. From the 6. Jeffers, handoff in the backfield. That time, not much happening from Mike Welch. He's brought down just at about the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be second and goal from the 6.
Once again, T.J. Stevens comes in and makes the play. I can't tell because it's happening so fast, but it looks like Monroe Central's playing a 6-5 goal line, and they're flowing to the ball real well.
Second and goal from the 6 for the Shamrocks. The power I.
Now they're up in a straight 50 defense.
They'll hand it off to Jeffers. Jeffers is going to be pulled down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
I'll tell you, I thought he was in, and I also thought that number 77, Jeremy Kinney from Monroe Central was awfully close to having a face mask.
See it here. I think he gets him around the neck. Oh, maybe not. You might be right.
I got pretty good eyes.
Here's the handoff to Jeffers. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Justin Jeffers goes in, off the handoff, out of the backfield, and he's in for the score, and it's now 12-6 in favor of Barnesville. That fumble now, huge for the Seminoles.
Big play. I think maybe Barnesville got a little bit of seriousness in them and said, hey, we better quit playing around here and let's line up and knock them off.
Going to go for 2 to try and get back to the 14 here.
They're in a power I.
They give it to Jeffers again. He'll dart his way into the end zone for the conversion.
I'll tell you what, Scott, I've watched this team twice now, and I'm not so sure, one man's opinion. I think Jeffers might be more important to me if I'm coaching him, playing not as a quarterback. Now, that's my own opinion. I think the ball's in his hands every play as a quarterback.
And the thing is that unfortunately tonight they don't have Bettinezzi at tailback, who's an excellent tailback. So you're kind of in a catch-22 there because you got 2 kids who are so excellent running the football.
Yeah, well, as I said,
but it's always nice to have that problem, isn't it?
I bet you more coaches would rather have that problem than not have it.
That's right. So with 4:25 left to go here before halftime, Barnesville takes advantage of that Monroe Central fumble on the 30-yard line, and they put it into the end zone for a touchdown, and they retake the lead, now up by 8 at 14-6 as they complete the 2-point conversion. So if you're Jay Circosta now, you got to, because what can happen, and as a coach, when you're 1-6 and you're tied with them, and then all of a sudden you get something go bad on the fumble and they turn it into a touchdown, you don't want the kids to start to lose it just yet. I'm not saying they are, but you just got to keep in their heads and remind them.
Right, and that's the thing. People don't understand. You have to teach kids how to win. And everybody will tell you winning is contagious, and it certainly is. But losing is more contagious because it's easier. You don't have to work at it. And this is what you're always trying to combat as a coach.
Here's a high short kick that's going to be returned by Monroe Central. Brought back that time by T.J. Stevens, number 22. He'll bring it up over the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and that's where Monroe Central will take over, now trailing 14-6 on their own 27-yard line.
That was excellent coverage by Barnesville down there. I think right now Barnesville, the momentum at Old Mo, as you said earlier, may have changed a little bit. And, it's going back to the Barnesville side, so we'll see what the Knolls will do here.
Whoa, to the air is what they're doing, and nearly picked off that time. Great play by Ryan Gallagher, number 16, but if that ball's up just a little more, Monroe Central might be dancing into the end zone for a touchdown, so you nearly had two big plays each way that time.
Well, I'll tell you, come on, he run a little curl route, what I call it, button hook curl to the sidelines, and I'll tell you, Gallagher was setting right on the route, and I thought he had it going the other way.
He picked that off. He's probably in the end zone. Joris under center, going to look to throw it once again. Pressured, gets it away, trying to go down the far sideline. It is up, and it is incomplete.
That time, the play before they ran the out, and Gallagher jumped the route and almost intercepted, and they come right back with the same thing and run the out and up, and Gallagher was sitting there, almost intercepted it again. A great play, excellent defensive back coverage by Gallagher.
Each player had a hand on it that time, and Joris had to get rid of it just a little earlier, I think, than he wanted to. He was under some pressure, got nailed just as he threw it, and nearly intercepted. So it's 3rd and 10 now for Monroe Central. Now you're in danger of having to punt from deep in your own end, giving Barnesville some decent field position. He'll throw it out of the backfield and complete it, but not for much. Adam Jones will take it, and it'll be 4th down and 10, and they're going to have to punt.
You know, I don't know whether they were trying to set a screen up or that was just a release by Jones as a halfback or not, but he was out there all by himself, and I'll tell you, Barnesville had 3 or 4 guys out there waiting on him.
Timeout on the field right now with 3:48 to go before halftime, and Barnesville leading 14-6, and Monroe Central here with a 4th and 10 from their own 28-yard line. And they'll be punting it back over to the Rocks.
I'll tell you, there's 3:48 to go in the half, and I'll tell you what, if Barnesville can get a drive going and get one in here, it could turn ugly. But Barnesville seems to be right now at the top of their game, and after Monroe Central scored, Barnesville picked it up and really has taken control of the game both offensively and defensively.
And it's wild, you know as a coach how the game just kind of goes in waves.
It does.
Barnesville for a while, and then back over to Monroe Central. They looked good when they tied it up at 6-6. They just stopped them on a drive. They were getting the ball back. Then you get the fumble.
Looks like Barnesville's coming after him.
They do, and he gets the punt away. Nice job to get the punt away, and it's a pretty good kick. Driving Max Luttleton all the way back to his own 40. He'll bring it out to about the 45-yard line, but not a bad punt at all under the conditions.
No, it wasn't. In fact, it's probably the best punt of the night.
Yeah. You see the pressure here.
Well, they put 10 up. They brought 10 and one back by himself. And I'll tell you what, he kicked it deeper than he thought he was going to kick it.
Gabe Gordon, the punter that time, did a good job just to really get it off. But Barnesville will take over now on their own 46-yard line, already leading 14-6, 3:38 remaining before the half. And Starr's under center again, and they've got Jeffers at tailback, and they're going to hand it off to him. Jeffers looking to get outside, running into the boundary. He'll get about a yard or two up to about the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 2. Get him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That was some kind of delay. I don't know whether it was a called draw or just a slow developing play out of the tailback spot. It's hard to say, but Jeffers tried to take it wide. Looked like what we used to call a dip sweep.
Clock turning, down to 3 minutes to go before the half. Barnesville on a 2nd and 7. Now Jeffers is back under center with an eye set. He'll give it to the first man through Barker, and Daniel Smithberger's there, number 66, to wrap him up after a gain of about a half yard up to the midfield stripe. And it's going to be 3rd and 6.
I'll tell you, Smithberger's very, very active inside lineman, and he's been on an awful lot of tackles tonight.
Clock turning down to 2.5 minutes.
Got 3rd down and a long 6. Once again, you're in a long yardage situation. Jeffers still quarterback there in the trips lookout here, so maybe they're going to run a flood or sprint him to the trip formation. There he comes on the sprint.
Sprinting to the near side, looking to throw it, going downfield, has Miller wide open. He makes the catch, and he's down to the 36-yard line. It'll be first down for the Rocks. John Miller was wide open, just found that little hole.
They come down, they run, they flooded the zone, and they hit the short man, and he was open. That's what Monroe Central's been doing earlier in the evening. Got 2 minutes to go and a half, plenty of time.
Clock turning, under 2 to go now. Barnesville, though, driving. First down on the Monroe Central 36. Twin wideouts to both sides. Jeffers in the gun. Miller and Turner here to the bottom. And Jeffers wants to run it. Cease is going to bring him down for a big loss, and is there a fumble? No, he was down. But what a play by Aaron Cease. We've seen him make 3 fantastic plays on the corner. That time from his defensive end position, great rush, and just brings Jeffers down for a big loss.
Well, I think they called the quarterback draw, and for some reason, I don't know, maybe there wasn't anything there, he didn't see anything. Jeffers tried to break it outside, and he ended up losing 10 yards.
Barnesville takes a timeout. Loss of about 8 or 9. It's going to be 2nd and we'll say 18 now from the Monroe Central 43-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Cease is playing himself an awfully good football game. This is the first time I've seen him, and really the first time I've heard of the kid.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he may be as good a defensive end as we've seen all year coming to these games.
Doing a nice job so far, I'll tell you that. Had that play on the reverse, then another play later on the sweep with Jeffers, where he pulled him down right at the line of scrimmage,
right,
and
then they run a screen on him, and he was setting in, and then they come out here with this time. He's playing awfully well.
Playing some good football here in the first half. And as you said, he's making those plays from a defensive end position, not as an outside linebacker. Right. He's up along the line of scrimmage. So he's not sliding with the play or anything. From the snap, he's got to read it. 2nd and 18 from the 43. Jeffers in the gun. Cease coming at him again. Jeffers gets it away over the middle of the field, tipped away by T.J. Stevens and knocked incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 18. Clock at 1:21 left to go before halftime.
Great pressure that time by Cease. He came awful close to getting a late hit, but it was fair, and he was there. Kid's playing himself a heck of a football game.
Now you're in a situation here. You're Barnesville. If you don't pick up 18 yards, you're probably going to have to punt. And Monroe Central's been getting some good pressure.
Well,
on the punter.
I think Barnesville ought to look at it. Let's not try to get it all at once. We got 2 downs here. If we pick up half of it, then we really don't have to punt, and we have another shot. We're in 4-down territory.
Looks like Jeffers might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage, and he had to delay a game. He ran out of time. He was called an audible and trying to get the attention of. He had 4 wideouts, 2 to each side, trying to get their attention to tell him what he was changing it to, and he ran out of time. So it's now going to be 3rd and about 23 from the 48-yard line. So now you got to pick up even 5 more yards. But like you're saying, yeah, you could take this in halves, try to get maybe 12 yards back here, and then on 4th down, try and get 11. 4 wideouts again, twins to each side, blocking back in the backfield with Jeffers, who's in the gun. That's Barker back there with him. Jeffers to throw, stepping up in the pocket, going to go downfield, nobody's there.
I have no idea.
I think his man cut his route off, and Jeffers thought he was going on the fly, and he kind of went on the down and out. And they are going to have to punt now. And so Monroe Central is going to get the ball back with 1:15, and they've got 2 timeouts left before halftime. So see what they do here. They're only going to rush 9. I thought they might bring at least 10 to see if they might, and they're not even going to run that really.
They're going to
try a safety here, I think. Safety on trying to return it. Yep.
You got the return set up.
And that's a horrible punt by Jeffers. And Monroe Central gets a bounce out of it, too. Look at this. They're going to get great field position at the 35-yard line with 1:04 to go and 2 timeouts. That punt just went right up the old elevator shaft. It came right down. That was a punt of, 13 yards.
13 long.
From the 48 to the 35.
About 50 high.
Yeah. If height counted, that'd be one heck of a punt. 2 men in the backfield, wing to the near side. They'll give the handoff, looking for some running room to the near side. They've got some, and now they stay in bounds. They're going to wind the clock. Trying to get out of bounds was Dave Gordon to the near side, but he doesn't. And Monroe Central is going to take a timeout as the clock is down to 52 seconds. Gordon was trying to get out of bounds, but he just couldn't. He gained 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 now from the 42.
You know, Scott, I couldn't see, unless the young man's knee was down because the players are in front of it, I couldn't see. But if it wasn't, I have no idea why that clock wasn't stopped. I mean, the boy got knocked out of bounds.
And I'm not sure, and again, I'm not an official, and I don't know. Maybe his forward progress was stopped in bounds, and I'm not sure if that's why, and then he was initially later hit out of bounds. I'm not sure.
I don't know. If it was awful quick.
Yeah.
But 52 seconds to go.
And that was too bad because they were forced to burn one of their timeouts.
Right.
But there's 52 seconds left, plenty of time. And they're now at the 42-yard line after a gain of about 7. Joris will still be under center. Split backs behind him.
Reverse.
They're going to run the
reverse
pass, and they got a man downfield, but it just hangs in the air. And it's going to be picked up by Ryan Gallagher. Gallagher bringing it back. Gallagher gets it over midfield, and he's down to the Monroe Central 46-yard line with 38 seconds left to go. And with a guy like Jeffers, they're going to throw it toward the end zone a few times. You know what? They had him.
They
had Adam Conrad. He'd gotten through and past the defensive backs. But unfortunately, the pass that time from Adam Jones, watch it here, just hangs. It just hung in the air, and he really didn't get enough on it. And Gallagher was just back there playing center field. Pulled in the lazy fly and brought it back to the 46-yard line. So Barnesville's back to where they had to punt from. They were on the 48 when they punted about 20 seconds ago. And of course, Jeffers is in the gun. 4 wideouts, twins to each side.
He's got number 9 here.
He'll complete it, but it's a short gain to Chad Barker, and what's bad is they don't have any timeouts left. So the clock will run. That almost would have been better for him just to drop that ball.
Right.
There's only a gain of 1. And he's going to spike it and stop it with 18-2. So that first play I tell you what would have been better. Jeffers throw it at his feet on that first down play.
Right. I don't know on that play whether that was just a swing or whether it was
almost
a screen.
Looked designed because he went to him right off the bat from the way I was looking at it. Probably trying to catch him off guard. Everybody figures you're going to go deep toward the end zone. Hope maybe you catch the linebackers back a little bit. Maybe you pick up some yardage and he gets out of bounds, but didn't work that way. Now they're forced to ground it on 3rd down now, on 2nd down, and now they're brought up with 3rd and 9 from the 45. With 18.2, but this last minute 20 is taking forever.
Yeah, it certainly is. Delay.
They got a delay. They're going to lose 5 yards.
I don't think the 5 yards is going to bother them.
Nah.
But, that's about the 3rd time Barnesville's gotten a delay. Now, I don't know whether Jeffers is trying to check off or we're late getting the play in. It's hard to say, but I see Jeffers is giving some hand signals out there. And,
well, now it's 3rd and 14 from the 50. Jeffers to throw, just going to put it up. Got his man down there, but it's overthrown. Had 2 wideouts to the near side. John Miller was down there along with Max Lolithan, but good coverage too by Monroe Central. They were there as well, and now it's 4th down with 11 seconds to go. So what do you do? Maybe just do you take a knee? Or just run a play?
Right.
Just to get out of the half? Or do you take another shot at the end zone?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. It looks like they're going to punt, so, you know, we're not thinking too good. But, you know, in that last play, you know, Barnesville had two receivers on each side, and they were on both sides. They were both together.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not spreading the defense at all.
Well, they're lined up to punt, but will he punt? You would expect. And he does. That's a high punt. It'll bounce it to 20, and it'll roll, and they probably should just let it roll, and the clock will wind out. That's the half. It has been a pretty entertaining first half.
Yes, it has.
14-6 is our score.
You know, it looks at times as like 2 heavyweight fighters banging back and forth, but then at other times it looks like does either team want to win?
Well, you get one team that kind of takes control for a little while, and the other team kind of comes back and knocks them off the pedestal a little bit, and then the other one starts coming back a little more, and it's just neither team's been able to gain full control so far here of the game, and therefore we're in an 8-point contest at 14-6 at the half here, as Barnesville, of course, would come in the favorite in this contest, 5-2 and ranked inside the top 8 in their division, in their region. Here's a look at the interception again, and this was on Monroe Central's last possession when they tried to run the reverse pass, and it was a good concede play, but Adam Jones he got too much air on it and hung up there forever. His intended receiver was Adam Conrad, and Ryan Gallagher was there for the interception, and he brought it down, and so we go to halftime with Barnesville leading 14-6. We'll take a break as we look at it on the Barnesville Hospital scoreboard. Back with the bands in a moment here on WTRF.
You have the talent and skills needed to succeed. At Belmont and Harrison Career Centers, we offer area high school students programs like these so they can get a jump on their future. Call Belmont and Harrison Career Centers today.
Monroe County Court Judge James W. Peters has an established record of distinguished judicial service from one century to the next. With a 12-year tradition of fairness, impartiality, and common sense in the courtroom, Judge Peters has consistently upheld the law. When he and his wife came to Monroe County, they decided it was the perfect place to raise their children, James and Kylie. While Jim practiced law and served as county judge, Kay worked as a dental hygienist. Judge Peters has helped make Monroe County a great place to live. Do your part to make this the right place to raise your family. On November 7th, re-elect Judge Peters to Monroe County Court.
And we're back at halftime here, and time to take a listen and enjoy both high school bands. First up, the Shamrock Marching Band of Barnesville High School.
back and enjoy the sound of Mark Anthony's I Need to Know.
Number 1 Doane Ford has the best in service parts and collision repair. The body shop features the car liner for fast, precise, top-quality repair work. The computerized mixing system and downdraft making paint booth make Doane Ford's body shop the best around. Doane also offers the largest selection in parts. Service is number 1 at Doane Ford. In-house trained technicians with over 130 years combined experience guarantee you top-quality repairs and maintenance. The area's best service parts department and body shop, only at Doane Ford, Morristown, Ohio.
You have the talent and skills needed to succeed. At Belmont and Harrison Career Centers, we offer area high school students programs like these so they can get a jump on their future. Call Belmont and Harrison Career Centers today.
Financial matters can keep you on the edge of your seat. Or worse, you need to be able to trust your financial institution. You want to know you're getting the best rates, and you don't want to be treated like a number. Welcome to your comfort zone. America's credit unions, where people are worth more than money. Give us a call and get comfortable.
Where tonight the Monroe Central Seminoles are leading the Barnesville Shamrocks are leading at halftime, 14-6. Here's a listen to the Monroe Central High School marching band.
pizza?
Yeah.
You get your pizza?
All taken care of.
Monroe Family Health Center, serving Monroe County with family practice, lab and x-ray services, and shots for tots. Nurse practitioners and physicians accepting new patients now. Now with 3 generations to serve you, Gallagher & Sons Rock of Ages Memorials has been a family tradition since 1954. See Ron, Kathy, or Jason. See Martin Rehab for outpatient orthopedic and physical therapy, plus neurological, pediatric, and sports rehab. Newly remodeled, easy access, major insurances accepted. Doctors Eva Giro and Bob Paul Ardelli are happy to be living and working in our community. Specializing in primary care as well as internal medicine, both doctors are accepting new patients. With a vision of serving in a small rural area, the doctors visit nursing homes and make house calls to those who cannot come to the office.
Thank you for welcoming us to your community.
We look forward to meeting your medical needs.
If you need a doctor, call Marietta Healthcare Physicians in Woodsfield at 472-0712. Monroe County Court Judge James W. Peters has an established record of distinguished judicial service from one century to the next. With a 12-year tradition of fairness, impartiality, and common sense in the courtroom, Judge Peters has consistently upheld the law. When he and his wife came to Monroe County, they decided it was the perfect place to raise their children, James and Kylie. While Jim practiced law and served as county judge, Kay worked as a dental hygienist. Judge Peters has helped make Monroe County a great place to live. Do your part to make this the right place to raise your family. On November 7th, re-elect Judge Peters to Monroe County Court.
We're back on a full moon night on a Friday the 13th, and we're ready for second half action here from Woodsfield. Monroe Central will return the kick. Good running room to the near side. Adam Conrad trying to get up through the hole there, but he's pulled down on a good tackle by Mike Welch, number 14, and Max Lawlithan, both over there to shut him down, but he does get back up over the 30 to the 31. So that's where Seminoles will take over 1st and 10 on their own 31, trailing here as we start the third quarter, 14-6. That's a nice big drive here for Monroe Central because you'd like to get something out of it if you could and tie this sucker up. Hand off in the backfield, running room to the near side, and not too much happening, but some decent running room for Adam Jones, who gets up over the 35 to about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of close to 4, and we'll call it 2nd down and 6.
Monroe Central come out again. They started the game in an unbalanced line with a power eye, and they did the same thing that time. They come unbalanced left, power eye left, and run a power off tackle and picked up 4 yards.
2nd and 6 from just over the 35-yard line. Wishbone look.
Power eye.
Power eye, yeah, you're right. Of course you're right. Pitch in the backfield. There's Christopher Wilson. He's got some running room, and he's got a Monroe Central 1st down.
That time they come out and unbalanced left and put the power eye set to the short side and run a quick pitch to the tailback and picked up about 8-9 yards for the 1st down. Very good play. They forced you to shift down to the unbalanced side and then came right back and run the short side.
I should have known that. I actually had to play a little power eye back in my JV days. You see me lining up at power eye back? Do I look like a power eye?
It looks like you'd be very powerful.
Wasn't much of a blocker, though, I'll say that. Here's a pass to the near side. Joris Poitis short-armed that one and came out low and intended that time for number 21, Adam Conrad, incomplete. And so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Monroe Central came out. They were in a slot formation, and they ran the wide man off and tried to run an out route to the slot back, and he was open, but Monroe's quarterback just underthrew the ball.
2nd and 10 now for the Seminoles on their own 43-yard line. They trail 14-6 as we start the third quarter. Pitch to the deep back. Wilson trying to get to the near side, looking for some blocks. Gets some and gets over midfield to about the 49-yard line. He did a nice job that time to just stay with his blockers and not outrun them and just get what he could.
Yeah, they came out with a power set again, and this time they came to the unbalanced side out of the power eye, and they brought both 2 guards with them, and they come out there and they had a load of blockers out in front of him, and he set right on them and did exactly what you want him to do, and then finally a little seam came and he broke it up and picked up about 5 yards.
Brings them into a very manageable
about 9 yards
yardage gain here of 3rd and 1 for a 1st down. Split backs. They give it to the second man through, Gabe Gordon. He's got a first down as he's down to the Barnesville 46-yard line. So a first down for Monroe Central, so things getting started pretty good for the Noles here in the second half. They move it into Barnesville territory, and they'll give him the nose of the ball onto the 45, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Monroe Central from there.
Monroe Central is just coming out. They're lining up in a power football. This time they're unbalanced left and strength right and come back to the short side. Barnesville played a lot better that time.
Nice play, though, by Wilson, too, to not get pulled down for a loss. He actually ends up gaining about a yard as he made a quick cut back up inside. It'll be a short gain of 1, but good job defensively by Barnesville as well to end that thing quick.
I'll tell you, I've noticed something in 3 plays in a row. Jeffers is playing the safety, of course, for Barnesville, and the offside or blockers from Monroe Central have knocked him to the ground, so they're attacking him.
Joris to throw to the near side, and it is incomplete. Intended for Adam Conrad, just had it, I think, just go off of his fingertips. He made a nice diving attempt. Joris was under some heavy pressure and had to get rid of it, and he just threw it a little bit too far outside, and Conrad could not run underneath of it.
Once again, Josh Wilson come off the center and hit Joris just as he threw the ball, and luckily for Barnesville he did, because the receiver was open, and if he could have gotten the ball to him, we're going for 2 to tie it up.
So it'll be 3rd and about 9 from the 45 now for Monroe Central. Joris under center.
They're in a nice slot.
On 3rd and 9. Joris to throw. Coming to the near side. He thought Conrad was going to go out. Conrad slanted in, and it's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and 9 for Monroe Central. And a drive that was looking good here to start the second half, unfortunately, is going to result in a punt.
I don't know whether that was a read, wrong read by the receiver or the wrong read by the quarterback, but whoever it was, he just threw the ball in an open area where the receiver didn't go. So we now have a 4th down and 10 or 9, and so they're in a punt formation.
Knowles on to punt now. Gabe Gordon gets it away. And Lolithin's going to bring it back the other way.
He's got a lane.
He's got a big lane. Max Lolithin. He's just into Monroe Central territory. They'll roll him down right at about the midfield stripe. A great return by Lolithin. Nice job by Barnesville to set up the wall on the far side, and Lolithin just ran right up the sideline and got it all the way back to midfield.
Brandon Wells from Barnesville was trying to get in a position to block the last man, and unfortunately the Lolithin got up on him too quick, or that might have gone all the way.
Lolithin showed some nice speed and a nice job to tiptoe the sideline too. Here's Jeffers under center. No, he isn't. He's in the...
Jeffers out at the slot, I think.
Yeah, he's lined up out wide. Hart's the quarterback. And pitch to the near side, and nowhere to run for Drew Gibson that time. Great play for Monroe Central by T.J. Stevens, coming up from his linebacker position and pulling Drew Gibson, just kind of grabbing him by the collar and jerking him down and pulling him down for a loss of close to about 2, back to the Barnesville 49.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Treehorn's decided to go with Starr for a little bit. I think maybe he's going to try to stretch the defense a little bit.
Jeffers isn't in there at all.
Jeffers is out of the ball game right now. I don't know whether he's injured or...
I don't know. Miller's lined up to the top, Turner to the bottom. Starr's going to pitch it, and there's a loose ball on the field. Gibson's able to get on top of it, but it's a huge loss all the way back to the Barnesville 36-yard line.
That was a bad pitch on the option.
Yeah.
It looked like he might have had a little bit to work with there, but just threw it out. That's once again, that's it's a timing thing, and he just the tailback didn't get there, and
I tell you what, Dan, I'm looking on the far sideline, and I just do not see number 8 over there at all. And he's still not out there. Corey Starr's the quarterback on 3rd and 24. Starr to throw to the near side, and what a hit! Big hit that time from Adam Jones on Chad Barker. And Monroe Central's flying around right now, nailing some people.
There comes Jeffers back into the ball game to punt, so he's here.
I tell you what, I did not see him on the sideline anywhere.
He's in the
he's
punt
coming back out now.
That was a heck of a play. The linebacker come off, and he's reading it. He's got the first back out, and I tell you what, it was a race, the ball or the defensive man to the receiver. And I tell you what, number 34 from Monroe Central, Adam Jones put a lick on him. He's not going to forget for a while. He's got a seam. He's got a seam.
Nice seam and a nice return that time from Christopher Wilson. He'll get it into Barnesville territory, and he'll rule him out at about the 45-yard line. Monroe Central's going to have great field position to start this drive. And
I'll tell you, Big Matt Phillips, number 70 from Barnesville, big defensive lineman, made just to save the touchdown right there because he came off and knocked the man out of bounds. And it looked like he had some distance. He might have gone.
Cease nearly got a block that time. It was a low snap back to Jeffers. And Jeffers did a good job just to control it and actually get the kick off. Monroe Central in great field position.
Well, unbalanced left, power out left.
From the Barnesville 44. They hand it off to Adam Jones, and not much at all. A yard maybe down to the 43.
Excellent.
It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon Wells made a big play right there, number 77 from Barnesville. He came up in, and they ran the power right at him, and he took it all on.
Wells, Phillips, number 70, Clay Wilson, number 55. Those guys have been in on a ton of tackles here tonight for Barnesville. Joris will fake it.
Pass.
Going to try and pass it, pressured, and he is going to be sacked just as we say the names. Matt Phillips, number 70, comes in and just jumps on the back of Michael Joris and brings him down for a loss all the way back to the 49-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Barnesville come out again, Monroe Central come out again in the wishbone set and tried to throw the belly pass, but I'll tell you, Barnesville picked both receivers up that time, and Joris just had no place to go. Just no place to go, and he ended up, once again, it was Phillips and Adams in there making the stop.
3rd and 14 now for Monroe Central, so you got to figure they're putting it up. They got Joris in the gun, flanked by 2 backs. Joris looking to throw, pressured, and he's going to be pulled down and sacked. And there's another guy that, when we were reading off the names, we didn't say him last time, Josh Williams. He's played a heck of a football game tonight also. From his down defensive line position, his defensive tackle slot, gets Joris and pulls him down all the way back at the Monroe Central 42-yard line. A big loss on that play of about 8 yards. And it is 4th and 24 now for Monroe Central. So each team offensively kind of getting pushed around by the defense on these first few possessions of the second half.
Yes, they have, and I'll tell you what, they're putting some licks on each other, too.
Been some good special team returns, though, for each team as well. And this is another punt that looks returnable. But Monroe Central is there.
Well, what happened that time, Scott, was they had a left return on, and they kicked the ball to the right, and, the young man, if he'd come straight up the field, he might have been better off. But, once again, his coach wants him to get over there in the alley, and he made the effort. And Monroe Central covered it well.
Davis Cameron, number 26 for Barnesville, was the return man on that punt. We'll see who's at quarterback this time for Barnesville.
Well, it's Starr again.
And again, Jeffers is not out.
Is not in the ball game.
Now you got to wonder why.
I don't know. He come in to punt, but
is it an injury or, here's Turner on the end around.
That's that little counter coming with the motion, and he hands off to the motion man.
Get it up to the 30, a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I don't know. I see standing right there on the 50-yard line directly across from us. There's Jeffers. It looks like he's holding his arm or his shoulder or something.
Yeah, his right arm. Does he? Yeah, he is. Does look like see there on the shot. Or he's maybe holding his left elbow. Hard to say.
He's holding something. He's standing over there.
That's tough for Barnesville playing now without their top 2 players offensively. Here's Drew Gibson, as we told you at the top. Matt Bettinezzi didn't even dress tonight. He's over there in his Letterman's jacket standing on the sideline. He's got a rib injury, so he's out of the ball game tonight. And now they've lost basically Mr. Everything, apparently. Justin Jeffers to some sort of injury. He's still punting, but not playing his and he did start the half
as a wideout.
As the safety, didn't he? On
yeah, he was on because I had mentioned.
Yeah, you mentioned his name, and you mentioned that they were hitting him.
They
were
hit
going
him
after
three straight plays.
Well, here's a big third down play for Barnesville, 3rd and 4 from the 33. Hart rolling. He could run it, pick it up. He will. Over the 40. Nailed it about the 42 and knocked out of bounds. Hit pretty hard that time by Eric Brown and knocked out, but not before he picks up a nice chunky yardage up to the 45-yard line and a first down for Barnesville.
Yeah, he just came out on a bootleg and into the slot, and the 2 slot men run off their receivers, and it was probably an option runner pass, and Starr kept it and looked like a pretty good runner to me. I mean, he picked up the first, and it was a big play for Barnesville.
First down from their own 45. John Miller split to the near side. Turner split to the top. They'll give it to Drew Gibson. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. Daniel Smithberger, one of the first men to meet him right at the line of scrimmage. He got shoved off to Tyler Shoemaker, and also Adam Jones, number 34, in on the tackle.
Yeah, they come in a little counter and led up through with the guard, and looked like they had something going there for a while, but Monroe Central filled it in and stuffed it up and held it to a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, just shy of the 48.
We're in a situation, Scott, where this Barnesville defense might have to win this football game for them. I don't know whether they can. Once again, Starr, big play by Starr. I don't know whether that was an automatic or what, or he just kept it. But
looked like it was just a straight quarterback sneak all the way.
And he picked up about 4 yards.
And it's going to be 3rd and about 3. And we've got a penalty, unsportsmanlike, against Barnesville. That flag came flying in there right after the play, and I don't know on who, but boy, that's a huge penalty. That's a 15-yarder, and instead of being 3rd and about 2, it's going to be 3rd and about 17.
Yes, it is. That
unsportsmanlike conduct.
That was a big play.
I'm not sure who was on. They did pull a lineman off, and I'm not going to give his name or number or anything like that, but it was a penalty, and I think Al wants to take a timeout. Wants to talk to the kids real quick.
Yeah, he wants to talk to the official.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's what you'll do is take a timeout and then say, hey, Mr. Official. And that's what he's doing. He's going to talk to the official. He wants to know exactly what did he do, because I tell you, it was, and I don't know if we had the play to roll back or not. It happened right as they were. It looked like the play had already ended. They were walking back to the huddle.
So maybe kid said something to the official.
That's
I don't
a possibility. We'll see. As you remember, it was just a quarterback sneak from Corey Starr. Took the handoff and he just ran right up the middle for a gain of what was about 6. And then now, as they're getting back up and walking back toward the huddle, and I don't think you'll see it on this. There was a flag thrown into the play. But unsportsmanlike against Barnesville, so it was behind the play.
Maybe, probably the odds are maybe some kid said something.
Yeah, maybe something was said, but yeah, who knows? Only the officials know, and they called the unsportsmanlike. Boy, you talk about a big difference from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 17.
Right.
From now on your own 38 after being on their 47. Corey Starr under center, 1 man in the backfield. Gibson. Turner's in motion to the far side. He'll fake it.
There's the boot again.
Looking to throw it. He's forced under some pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Tripped up that time. Finally tripped over Adam Jones, but good pressure again by the Seminoles front line, forcing Corey Starr to step up in the pocket, and then he trips over Adam Jones, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and Barnesville's going to have to punt. Dan, Monroe Central just keeps on hanging around in this ball game. They're down 8.
And I'll tell you one thing, Aaron Cease made another great play that time.
He's lined up on the nose here. He's coming right up the middle.
And I'll tell you what, I think they held him and didn't call it.
Low punt off the foot of Jeffers. Jeffers helping Cease up. And there goes Jeffers off the field. So whatever it is, it's apparently an upper body injury of some sort to an arm or to an elbow or something. He's still able to punt, but just not able to quarterback apparently or play his safety position.
I don't know, some coach or trainer
or
somebody's over looking at him now.
You don't think it'd be another rib injury to what Bettinezzi has? Or who knows? He's wearing a flap jacket. I mean, you can see that under his jersey. Almost every quarterback these days wears one of those. You don't have too many who don't. Protects your ribs and your lower back. You take so many hits as a quarterback to your rib area when you're outstretched, ready to throw the ball into your back sometimes, that can really be a nagging injury for quarterbacks.
There they come again on the power eye.
Pitch it to Wilson, trying to get the corner. Got some running room, and big running room over the 40, up to the 42-yard line. Gain of about 15 on the play, and it'll be a first down for Monroe Central.
I'll tell you, they're coming with the unbalance with the power eye, and they're sweeping into the unbalance, and then they're sweeping back to the short side. And at this point in time, they're whipping Barnesville at the point of attack both ways, particularly when they come to the long side. You know, they're bringing two backs leading and also two linemen pulling out there. They got a convoy out there.
High set this time behind Joris.
Beer
to the
trap.
First man, Gabe Gordon.
Little beer trap up inside by the fullback Gordon, and Barnesville sat there and was waiting on it, took it off of him, and held him to 1 yard gain.
And we're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Kind of a quick moving quarter. That second quarter seemed to take forever.
Yeah,
the last minute and a half took about a week.
Well, everybody was throwing. They were throwing the ball all over the field.
Here's Joris under center, split backs on 2nd and 9.
Looks like a screen. There
over
it is.
The middle.
Run a delay. That's the same play they hit earlier for a long one. They come back in and they swung both backs out trying to pull the linebackers out and then just run a slow block delay to the tight end. But I'll tell you what, now they're starting to put some licks on Juris now. They put him on the ground 3 times in a row.
He was getting hit a lot in the first half, and I even saw him as he was going into the locker room halftime. He was really flexing his throwing hand. He's taking some hits off that right hand.
But I'll tell you, they're coming after him now.
3rd and 9. I think they'll be coming on this play too. Split back.
There's the same action. Run a little swing. They're out here. Great play. Good move. Good move.
They're going to be about 4 yards shy of a first down. They got about 4 on the little screen to the near side that time to Adam Jones up to the 45, 46. But it'll be 4th and about 5, and so Monroe Central will have to punt again. And they won't have to do it, though, until the fourth quarter starts. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. Well, we played 3. Barnesville's hanging on by 8. We go to the Barnesville Hospital scoreboard where we see it's Barnesville 14 and Monroe Central 6 after 3. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment here on WTRF.
Belmont Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth Jeep, and Barnesville would like to wish all area teams the best of luck this season. Belmont Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth Jeep, Route 147 off I-70. Your friend down the road.
You have the talent and skills needed to succeed. At Belmont and Harrison Career Centers, we offer area high school students programs like these so they can get a jump on their future. Call Belmont and Harrison Career Centers today.
Ormet Credit Union is exploding with membership opportunities. Anyone living, working, or attending college in Belmont or Monroe counties can join Ormet Credit Union. You can celebrate our expansion whether you're college-bound, raising children, or nearing retirement. Just some of the financial services now available to you include mortgage, car, and home equity loans. Stop by our locations in Clarington, Hannibal, or St. Clairsville for your membership application. And celebrate your financial options at Ormet Credit Union, because our commitment is you.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter where Monroe Central will be punting. Boy, a low snap, and boy, luckily for them, Barnesville really didn't have the rush on that time. Turns out to be a pretty good punt, though, as it just rolls and rolls and rolls all the way down to about the 17-yard line. So I tell you what, Monroe Central got the best out of that they could have hoped, because it was the ball kind of went back to the punter the way it ended up, kind of just rolling down the field.
Yes, it did, and you got the bad bounce, you got the bad kick, but everything turned out good.
And Barnesville's pinned back deep in their own end again. Here they'll start in their own 17 to start this drive, or more like their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. And if you're joining us now, Justin Jeffers is out of the game with an apparent injury. Corey Starr is at quarterback, number 12. They already started the game. They knew Matt Bettinezzi would not be a tailback tonight with a rib injury. Quick little handoff on the inside and a gain of maybe about 2 yards up to the 17. It'll be 2nd and about 8 after the short gain of 2 on 1st down. If you're Barnesville, you'd really like to try and get yourself at least one more score to give yourself a little cushion.
Or at the least, you'd like to pick 2 or 3 first downs.
Yeah, run some clock here at least. And if you're forced to punt, pin Monroe Central deep in their own end. Try to get at least out to midfield. Starr's going to put it up on the cross, and what a catch that time by Turner, and a good throw by Starr.
Put it right there.
Because he was hit right as soon as he threw the football. Turner was coming on the little slant, and it was right where it needed to be, in step, and caught, and gains a 1st down for Barnesville.
Yeah, that was a little short 3-step drop, boom, 1, 2, 3 kick, and throw it down there, and I'll tell you what, he was one hand away from a touchdown.
Yeah.
Very good call.
I kind of got caught up there because I was thinking the same thing. I thought if he breaks that tackle, he might be gone. Because Turner showed us some speed in the first half on an end-around play. They'll pitch it in the backfield and look out. Here comes the reverse. They got it set up.
Look
if he can get the corner, but look
at
Cease. Look at Aaron Cease. What a play. Oh, they're going to get a late hit.
I'm going to tell you, Cease is excellent defensive end.
They're going to get a late hit after Aaron Cease made another fantastic play on defensive end. This kid might be the best defensive end I've seen all year.
Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen any better.
Here he is, Coach. Standing up.
This time he's out of it and then run it down.
Watch it.
Run it down.
He'd already gone midfield, and he runs all the way back over to the corner and runs down John Miller, who's a quick wideout, grabs him by the jersey. Unfortunately for him, his team gets nailed with a 15-yard late hit penalty and wipes out his great play. That kid's made about 3 or 4 fantastic plays from his defensive end position tonight that really have been game-changing plays.
Oh, absolutely.
Because every time he's the last man, if they get by him, it's a huge gainer.
It's a foot race for a touchdown. That's twice on the same play, on the reverse. And then the thing is, he's limping around. Maybe he's like Jimmy Brown. Jimmy Brown used to limp every play back to the huddle.
Yep, and then he'd run right at you for 15, right? 1st and 10 for Barnesville after the late hit penalty from the 38. Give it to the first man through. That's Barker, and he's got a nice gain of about 9 up to about the 47-yard line. Cease continuing to limp as he gets up. Looks like it might be I saw them working on him on the sideline. They were trying to stretch his legs out. Might be cramping up a little bit.
It doesn't look like a big kid. It looks like a thin kid. Let's see, they got him listed as 6 foot, 175 pounds.
He's only a junior, too, so you have a chance to watch him again next year. He's playing defensive end well already this year. He might be a terror next year from that position. Here's Starr on the keeper. He'll get it into Monroe Central territory, and he'll have a Barnesville 1st down. So thanks to the late hit penalty, the Rocks are doing exactly what we talked about. They're running a little clock. They're gaining some yardage. Now they're out the midfield. Even if they should have to punt, they would be able to kind of pin Monroe Central back in their own end a little bit. We're down to 9.5 minutes to go in the ball game as well.
But the other thing that they're doing is they're just lining up and teeing off.
Yeah.
They're
running right at him.
They're running right at him, and it's a test of will now. You look right now, they pursue so quick at Monroe Central that it's tough. There was another one look like
you're
pretty
not
close.
Kidding, yeah, because there you go. The quick pursuit. There's a pitch that goes for about 5 yards.
Well, about
maybe
4
yards, but Monroe Central did a great job to get to the corner.
Right.
And really shut that down.
The thing of it is You know, it's a game of wills now. You know, Barnesville wants to make his 14 points stand up.
Yeah. 2nd and 6 from the 45. Starr with split backs behind him. They'll give it to the first man through. That's Barker. He stood up after a gain of about 2, and it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
And the other thing about this is Monroe Central's got 11 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and they're saying, we're here, now you run at us. And Barnesville says, we're going to run at you. So, you know, something's got to give here. There's 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and 4. Barnesville's in pretty good shape because if they don't pick this, they're going to punt the ball, and hopefully they're going to have pretty good field position against them.
Big play from Monroe Central. Gibson.
I think he made it. I think
he'll have the first down.
If he didn't make it, it's going to be an awful interesting call here.
I think he's right at the stick. And they won't even bring him up. First down, Barnesville. So they get another fresh set of downs, and the clock is now stopped at 8 minutes as they set the change. It'll start to wind again.
7:58 right now.
So Barnesville's getting exactly what they wanted out of this drive. They're getting yardage, they're running clock, and what they hope ends up in a touchdown. Here's the handoff to Welch. Penalty flag. That's probably going to be a hold.
Going to be a hold on 81, tight end.
That'll be a loss of 10 from the spot of the foul. So it'll make it 1st and about 20. Holding against Barnesville. Central, obviously, I think will take it. Monroe Central would take it to make it 1st and about 20.
You know, I didn't really get a good look at that, but what I did see, Scott, it looked like it maybe was a questionable call. I don't know whether it was or wasn't, but you know, those are tough calls when you come down to the situation. But you know, it went the other way against Monroe Central down here on a 4th down or a 3rd down play. So we got a 1st down and 22
from midfield. Kind of changes it a little bit, gives Monroe Central a chance to kind of pin the ears back and come at him there. And catch made by Miller. Is he out of bounds or not? Yes.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. Once again, they hit the short man. You know, they did. If they didn't do anything else, they picked up 5 yards and probably going to at least a little bit loosen the defense up. The bad thing about that play, the ball went out of bounds.
I was just going to say the only bad thing is he stepped out of bounds. So the clock stops at 7:23 because if he stays in bounds, then this next play doesn't get off till you're under 7 minutes.
Right.
So it's 2nd and about 16. Gain of about 6 on that last play. Here's Starr to throw
There's the bubble screen.
And it's incomplete.
It looked, but I'll tell you, Woodsfield was in pretty good shape. Monroe Central was in pretty good shape. Gabe Gordon.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be much of a gainer.
He was in man coverage with the man coming back in motion. He was sitting there with it. It could have broke for some distance, or it could have been stopped.
The only good thing again for Monroe Central is the clock stops, and they don't have to take it, you know, because we're down to 7:19 here. And this is a big play because it's 3rd and long. Monroe Central can hold him here. They'll force him to punt, and they'll have about 7 minutes to work with when they get the ball back. One man in the backfield. Starr's going to look to air it out. Going to go way downfield. Got a man down there.
Oh.
It's incomplete. Just off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Justin Turner. Great ball that time by Corey Starr. He aired it out. And just about a half a step short was Justin Turner.
Starr's not a bad-looking quarterback.
Here it is on the replay. Starr just airing it out.
I mean,
just off the fingertips of Justin Turner. So Jeffers will come on to punt. 7-12, and again the incompletion stops the clock for Monroe Central. Good snap back to Jeffers that time. A low wobbly kick away though.
Got a great bounce.
Did get a great bounce.
Down to about the 8 yard line.
Conrad should have come up to try and grab that.
Toughest thing in the world.
Grab a bouncing ball like that.
Well, you should never let it hit the ground. Never let it hit the ground.
You got to run up on it.
It's not like a baseball or basketball. You know, they're round. They bounce up. Footballs bounce always.
Yep.
But, you know, it's
left, right, sideways, right up on you.
Hardest thing as a coach to convince kids, never let the ball hit the ground.
And that bounce did wonders for Barnesville. It pins Monroe Central on their own 9. So they've got to go 91 yards with 7:02 remaining. See what they can do. Get the ball outside. This will help. They'll get it up to about the 15-yard line, and out of bounds goes Adam Jones. So he gains 6, and he gets out of bounds, and it brings up a 2nd and 4. So that's what you want. Pick up 5 yards of play and 6 yards of chunk. You mean, you'll be doing fine. And you got plenty of time. You got all 3 of your timeouts left, I believe.
Both teams have 3 timeouts, 6:56 to go. A lot of time left in this football game.
Been a great contest so far between these two teams. Joris going to throw it. Christopher Wilson has it. He's got a first down, still on his feet, battling over the 20, up to about the 22-yard line. That'll be a first down. They'll stop the clock while they move the chains, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Noles from the 22 with 6:47 to go.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Monroe Central come out in the wishbone again and run the belly or and set the belly pass up later on down there. Now here they are. They're in the wishbone set.
Clock starts to turn again, down to 6:35.
There it is.
Joris looking to throw. Got a man outside. It's up, and it is caught. Pulled in by Adam Conrad, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown. 77 yards on the pass play. And it's now 14-12.
You run the belly pass, and it was there. Now you're going to force him to go to 2. Now I'll tell you, Gallagher had him covered as well as he could be. Just misplayed the ball.
I think he jumped a little early.
Misplayed the ball, and I don't know if we got a rerun of that or not. There it is again. They run the belly action, baked it in there, and he just aired it out. He's there.
Conrad did the rest. There was wide open space in front of him, and he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And now Monroe Central is taking a timeout. This is a huge play coming up here because they're forced to go for 2 after missing their initial extra point try on their first touchdown tonight. So they'll go for 2 to try and tie it up with 6:24 to go.
I'll tell you what, another thing, I didn't know whether Gallagher, I don't think he thought Torres could throw the ball that far. Or Joris, I'm sorry, not Torres, Joris. I didn't think that the Gallagher boy thought he could throw the ball that far, but he laid it right there.
All right, let's see what Jay has in mind for his 2-point conversion. This is a huge play. Chance to tie it up for Monroe Central with 6:24 to go in the ball game. See what they come with here. What do you think?
I think they're going to come some kind of play action pass, I think. But I've been wrong a lot of times. They're in the power eye. They might just try to power it out. There it is.
They're going to pitch it back to Christopher Wilson, and he's tripped up, and he won't get in.
Great play by number 26, Davis Cameron from Barnesville. Come off the corner, made a heck of a play.
Here it is on the replay. Watch it. Right there.
Come off a block and made the play.
Davis Cameron, as you said, came up, just took the feet out of Christopher Wilson that time and knocked him down. So it stays a 2-point lead for Barnesville at 14-12. Shows you how important those extra points are.
Every time.
You just take them for granted. Fans, as a fan, you just always, heck, you count an extra point. That's easy, right?
I just wonder.
Hey, I used to do some holding on kicks. That's a hard thing to do, and that's unfortunately both teams had a little problem with that here in the early part of the game, and that can be a hard thing. People don't know how hard that actually is to be back there and take a snap.
It's the thing about it is timing and coordination. Mm-hmm. There's guys that have careers in the pro leagues as a snapper or as a holder.
Well, there are kickers that will only work with a certain holder.
I'll give you an example of one that we're all familiar with. and it's not saying that he wasn't at times a better than average quarterback, but Mike Tomczak will stay in the National Football League as long as he wants to be there because he may be one of the greatest holders of all time. Uh-oh, squibbed it again.
Onside, and they are able to recover. And I tell you what, Matt Phillips, if he's not already, he might be a member of the Hands team.
He might be.
Big number 70, he just snagged that one off of one bounce and just fell down to the ground at midfield.
I tell you, he's a pretty athletic kid.
Yeah.
You know, that one punt return here, he ran the kid down.
Here it is again.
That's the old bird nest. They come out there and they all get together, they run down, and you know, I don't know whether it surprises anybody, but we think it does as coaches. But
well,
all we're looking for is that bad bounce.
You're hoping for a bounce, because as you said, that football can bounce anyway.
Jeffers is back in the game as a receiver.
Okay, he is.
Coming back, they're going to hand it off to him. There it is. No,
fake it to him, and they're going to throw it.
They got him. They
got a man down there, and it's incomplete. Boy.
But Starr really got
laid out.
He got leather.
Yeah, he got laid out that time. He just had to get rid of it. He had his man downfield. Max Lolithan was open. He'd come off the far side. And
well, I tell you what, Barnesville's not sitting on it. I tell you that.
I thought maybe getting it at the 50, they might just try to run some clock. Because they got great field position, but maybe they're thinking, hey, let's try and put this thing away. Jeffers will line up at tailback now. So now you wonder if he was injured or what. They give it to him, and he'll get a couple of tough yards, maybe a gain of about 4 or 5 at the most. We'll call it 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. This is a big third down play now.
You know, I don't know whether he was hurt.
Yeah, because, you know, now you wonder. I mean, was he hurt?
No,
or
they're taking him
out. Was there something else going on that, you know, we're not aware of?
I don't know that.
Disciplinary problem, or, you know, you don't know. 5:45 to go in the game. 3rd and about 6 from the 47. Starr hands it off to Drew Gibson, and he is, boy, this is going to be close.
I think he's
got it by maybe about the nose of the ball. Let's see if they get a left foot or a right foot spot here.
That's what I was just going to say.
They got about a middle of the both feet spot.
This is very
4th down.
Very interesting.
He's about a yard shy.
Barnesville's
what
going
do you do?
for it. Barnesville's going for it.
They don't get it. Monroe Central will be in great field position.
Jeffers on a quarterback sneak.
5:10 to go in the ball game. Plenty of time. 4th and about a yard. Jeffers at quarterback. Watch for the sneak. They give it to him, and he got it easily. Up to the 40. That'll be a Barnesville first down. Justin Jeffers just took the snap, and he followed center straight ahead and got about 1.5 yards. He needed about 1 yard, and he got more than he needed. First down, Shamrocks.
Once again, this time was on offense. Matt Phillips was the man who made the leading block as the center. He just followed him right up through there. And I tell you, he just took the middle of Monroe Central's line backwards.
Jeffers goes back out of the ball game. Double tight end. Starr will hand it off to Welch. Won't get much, maybe 1 yard or 2. 2nd and a long 9. 2nd and a long 8. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Well,
but for Barnesville, see that clock's just turning down there to 4.5.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. If I'm to vote for the most valuable player in this game, I'll tell you what, it's only one guy that's going to get it, and that's Aaron Cease. That time Barnesville ran off of the right guard. Aaron Cease is playing the right defensive end, came clear over and made the tackle for a 1 yard gain. Now that's a pretty darn good defensive end.
Lolithan goes in motion to the far tight end. They'll pitch it to Jeffers.
He found the seam.
Gets some yardage, but Monroe Central does a nice job to close quickly. They do have a lot of speed.
They pursue very well.
Quick. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
I'd like to see Barnesville, the way Monroe Central flies out of there, and they really do fly out and pursue great, which you want to do. But to give a fake toss and hand back trap, I'm going to tell you what, it might be wide open.
Down to 3.5 minutes. Big 3rd down play here. Corey Starr under center. Power eye. Give it to Drew Gibson, and he is nailed.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He might have lost a yard.
Great play by
Monroe
Randall.
Central's bench is calling for a timeout. The players don't see it.
You know who made the play again?
Now the coaches, Aaron Cease.
Aaron Cease.
Yep.
Aaron Cease made the play.
Coaches wanted a timeout, then they changed their mind. I may have taken one there.
Well, they got 2 left.
Yeah, see, that's true. They had to use the one earlier. If I had 3, I would have definitely taken one. But yeah, with 2.
Well, they're going to let it run down.
Well, they might even take I'd take a delay game penalty.
They probably will.
I'd go ahead and take the delay.
They probably will.
Because it's only going to be 5 yards. It actually might be better. And they'll take the delay. That'll move it back to the 41. So Jeffers will be punting from about his own 47, 48. There's 2:42 remaining. I tell you what, Jay Circasa's team's 1-6 right now. If they lose, they're going to fall to 1-7. This team hustles like mad.
Oh, they're very well coached.
Yeah.
They get after the football. They're coming after it, I think. Or they may be bluffing to set the return.
They're setting 10.
No, they're coming.
Coming.
Excellent punt.
What a punt. And it will.
Great bounce.
Oh, look, it's going to die.
Oh, my goodness. He knocked in the end zone.
Oh, it would have been downed on the 4. They should have just let it go. Because it was going to die.
But once again, the effort, you got to get the effort.
He's coming in to try and down it on the 3-yard line.
And that was the kid, Phillips kid, who snapped the punt.
Yeah.
But it's still, you got to drive 80 yards. You got to drive the field. That's a long way to go. Long way to go.
2:32 and 2 timeouts is what faces Monroe Central here in our ball game, trailing 14-12. But here's the situation. All you need now is a field goal, if you could get close enough.
Yeah.
So if you could get it down to maybe the 20, and it's late, you might have a shot to maybe try and kick one through there.
But once again,
you got to get it about 60 yards. Yeah, you got to get it about 60 yards. Chris Yoho,
he's going to throw the out route. He's setting on it. Great catch.
And yes,
great catch.
Stays in bounds. Clock will wind. And does he have a first down? No.
Doesn't
have. It's a lot shorter than I thought. I thought he was a little deeper than that.
Yeah,
My apologies. Second and about 5.
He ran a little flood action, and he hit the underneath, man. Now you ought to start looking a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
They've been throwing the underneath all evening.
Second and 5. Joris forced from the pocket. Got a man deep. Got his man in caught. Pulled in by Conrad. He's at the 20, 15, and pulled down at the 12.
I'm going to tell you what, that's 2 big catches for Conrad, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Mike Juris can throw the football.
Here it is on the replay.
I mean, he's sprinting one way, he's pressured, and he throws back. And I'm going to tell you what, he lays it right there. And I'm going to tell you what, the young man put a move on, and he got wide open.
Touchdown saving tackle by Davis Cameron that time.
Davis Cameron, ball's on the 13-yard line.
First and 10 from the 13, a minute 45.
They're going to throw it. They flooded the zone. They got
Morris
it. They
looking
got
for
it.
the end zone, incomplete. Boy, he had in the back of the end zone T.J. Stevens.
He had a boat if he could have thrown the ball earlier.
But it stops the clock, and it's still just second and 10 from the 13 with a minute 38. What a game. This has been a great contest here tonight. People, just the casual fan, as we said, looking at the records coming in, 1-6, 5-2, that doesn't matter, as you said at the top of the show.
No, it doesn't matter out here. I mean,
this is great football tradition out here.
Yeah, we're away from the river, and a lot of people at the river, I mean, they hear every once in a while, but these teams play hard every game.
Going to look to run it.
Power sweep.
Pitch it to Adam Jones. Jones over the 10, down to about the 6. Now, do you look to take a timeout? No, probably not. You got a minute and a half.
You got 2 timeouts left.
And you got 2 timeouts, so just get ready. Don't get excited here. You got third and about,
3 or 4.
4 yards from the 6. Can pick up a first down. That's from the 7. You get a first down at about the 3.
And you want to take the time off the clock also.
You don't want to leave the rocks any time at all.
He's
George to throw it. Got a man. It's caught by Christopher Wilson. Makes a move. Touchdown!
Well, I'll tell you what, they brought Jeffers back in on defense that play. They hit the ball out to Jordan on a little swing action, and Jeffers there didn't make the play. Excellent play. This is a big game. Big game for Monroe Central, and I'll tell you what, if Barnesville can't come back, Barnesville can forget about the playoff.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge loss for them. Now you would expect Monroe Central will go for 2.
Oh, absolutely.
To make it a 6-point game now.
Yeah, they'll go for 2.
Because in that way a touchdown would only tie. They'd have to get the extra point to go in front. 59 seconds remaining in the ball game. This would be a huge win for Monroe Central, just one that they could kind of hang their hat on for the season, and it'd be a huge loss for Barnesville. We're going to take a break. Back with the 2-point conversion in a moment. It's now 18-14 in favor of Monroe Central. Back in a moment on TRF.
Monroe County Court Judge James W. Peters has an established record of distinguished judicial service from one century to the next. With a 12-year tradition of fairness, impartiality, and common sense in the courtroom, Judge Peters has consistently upheld the law. When he and his wife came to Monroe County, they decided it was the perfect place to raise their children, James and Kylie. While Jim practiced law and served as county judge, Kay worked as a dental hygienist. Judge Peters has helped make Monroe County a great place to live. Do your part to make this the right place to raise your family. On November 7th, re-elect Judge Peters to Monroe County Court.
If you need money, come to Belmont Savings Bank. If your home needs some fix-ups or more room, make it possible with help from Belmont Savings Bank. Need a new car? You can get it with a low-cost Belmont Savings Bank auto loan. Found your dream home? Belmont Savings Bank will help make it possible. Whatever your needs, see the loan professionals at Belmont Savings Bank, with offices in Bel Air, St. Clairsville, Powhatan, and Barnesville.
Number 1 Doane Ford has the best in service parts and collision repair. The body shop features the car liner for fast, precise, top-quality repair work. The computerized mixing system and downdraft making paint booth make Doane Ford's body shop the best around. Doane also offers the largest selection in parts. Service is number 1 at Doane Ford. In-house trained technicians with over 130 years combined experience guarantee you top-quality repairs and maintenance. The area's best service parts department and body shop, only at Doane Ford, Morristown, Ohio.
There's no need to substitute high touch for high tech. Take a bigger view of Barnesville Hospital, quality caring.
And we're back in Woodsfield. What a game. Scott Nolde, Dan McGrew. It's now 18-14 in favor of Monroe Central with 59 seconds to go. They're going to go for 2.
They're in the muddle huddle. They got them all spread out. Jay's had this play for years.
Throws it to Stevens, and it is incomplete.
Incomplete. You know,
takes everybody over here.
Right. So all right. Muddle huddle. But, you know, Alan Treherne, as I said earlier, is one of my ex-players, and I had his game with Shady side when they got beaten. I saw him tonight, and he told me, he said I was bad luck for him. And I, you know, jokingly, now if they lose it, they lose this one.
And he said maybe it was Bloomquist since I was here tonight, but maybe it is you.
Yeah, no, I think it's those teams he's playing against.
Playing a couple of really good ball clubs. The Barnesville Hospital scoreboard. Seminoles 18, Rocks 14, but there's 59 seconds left. Barnesville has all 3 timeouts left. And, okay, if you're Monroe Central, now if you're Jay Circosta, do you squib kick this?
Well,
to not allow a big return, or what do you do?
I think, you know, there's a squib, which is very, very difficult to control. It's very difficult to feel. But we used to have what we always called a punk kick, where we try to kick it over, over the first line in front of the second line. You know, it's just so that they can't come up and catch that damn thing on a fly.
Kind of a tweener a little bit.
Yeah, right in, maybe on, you know, the 35-yard line or something. So the middle line can't get to it. But once again, you know, that's all through coaching, and I'm sure Jay's practiced them all. I think what he's going to do is just kick the ball away and say, here, you drive the field on me if you can.
Barnesville will kick it.
Barnesville has all 3 timeouts.
Line drive kick. This is returnable over the 20, over the 30, over the 35, and up to about the 40. So a good return brought back that time by Chad Barker. So Barnesville only has to go 60 yards. That's a shorter field, and, that helps a little bit.
Well,
there's 50 seconds to go. They have 3 timeouts. I would expect to see Jeffers.
He's in the ball game.
I think he's going to be at a wide
but
out.
Where? That's a good question. Where is he going to be?
Hey, and Starr showed he has a strong arm.
Oh, he can throw it.
He just missed on that one pass to Turner earlier.
Jeffers in a split end to the right.
Watch Turner to the near side, too. Twins to the top. 50 seconds to go.
There it is, bubble screen.
Pressured, and he's just going to run it. He'll get it over the 45 to about the 46, but the clock's running.
Tried to run a bubble
I'd take a
screen.
timeout if I was Barnesville, and they
did.
finally do. Boy, they wasted some time, though. It's down to 38 seconds.
Well, see, Barnesville's dropping everybody off now, and you're not going to get behind them. The best thing you can try to do is maybe hit something in front of them and run all you can run and get out of bounds and get down into the red zone or whatever you want to call it, or down into an area where they can't get that deep on you.
Yeah, 38 seconds is what remains. In the ball game now, with Monroe Central now leading 18-14. Couple of big plays. Joris and those big passes to Adam Conrad. The one for a touchdown, and then the one that got him all the way down to the 13 that set up the go-ahead score.
Conrad's a little kid. He's 5'8", 142-pound 10th grader, so he's going to be around a while.
Here's Starr to throw it. Looking, and it is caught by Max Lollison. He's got a first down, and he's to the Monroe Central 46, and there's 31 seconds left.
If you look here, they set Jeffers deep, and 3 guys went with him, so if you can hit something underneath of him, which they did that time, and get out of bounds, I think maybe I'd put a trips look over here to the field and run Jeffers down because they're going with him.
Well, from the 46 now, it's a 1st and 10.
Jeffers is out of the ball game now.
Lollison and Miller to the top. They're going to run the draw. Big running room.
Got the first, stops the clock.
Welch will get the first down. They'll stop the clock. Now they got to get back to the line of scrimmage, or do they take a timeout? I'd spike it.
That's what they're going to do.
Not to waste a timeout. They still have 2 timeouts left. That way they can still work the middle of the field. Clock down to 25. He needs to get this snapped. He's taking too long. Oh, now you just, as soon as I stick my hands under your butt, snap it to him.
Right. They lose 6-7 seconds there.
As soon as I put my hands under there, snap me the ball. Down to 21 seconds. Clock is stopped. They're on the 36-yard line, but now they're in a position where they can throw it toward the end zone.
Right.
They had 2nd and 10. They still have 2 timeouts remaining, so they can work the middle of the field if they wish. They could run a guy on a slant or on a post and still call a timeout and be all right.
Yeah, he still has 2 timeouts left.
Plenty of time, plenty of timeouts. Lollison and Turner to the near side, Miller to the top in an I set. They're going to run the draw again. Big running room for Welch. Gets out of bounds. Trying to get to the sideline. And he does. Gets out of bounds at about the 21.
12 and a half seconds.
12 and a half seconds remaining in the ball game. Now I think you got to start looking to the end zone.
Oh, yeah, you do now.
How about that back-to-back draws that pick up big yardage?
Well, what they're doing, they're into a prevent. That's been the argument for 100 years.
Yeah. Prevent you from winning.
Right. In most cases, it happens.
Yep.
Particularly if you're in a situation where you kick a field goal to win it.
Here they need 4, so they got to get in the end zone.
Monroe Central
Monroe's going to take a timeout. I want to talk about this. I think that's a pretty good idea. Let your defense get settled down.
Well, I think you got the field over here, and I think what I think what I would do is, and I'd come over here, and if Jeffers is able, I'd put him out here, and I'd get a trip set out here, and I would sprint to it, or I would swing to it, and I would just get Jeffers and take him deep because they're sending 2 guys with him wherever he goes, and then try to flood that zone and see what you could do. But once again, that's very easy up here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how smart I got until I got up here.
Hey, you come up here, you're a genius. Everybody's a genius up here. These guys up here have never lost a game.
No. Oh, yeah, I lost some.
But if you're in the box, you never lose one.
But this has been an awfully fine football game.
Oh, this has been a great game. Tight the whole way, and it's going to come right down to the end. 12.6 seconds remaining. 18-14, Monroe Central. First down, Barnesville on the Seminole 21. See if they can work it into the end zone, and still 2 timeouts left.
Well, he doesn't have, Jeffers over there in single coverage, but they're still cheating to him. You look over here, his back will cheat to him.
Monroe Central crowd on their feet. Barnesville crowd on their feet. First and 10 from the 21. Starr going to throw it to Jeffers in the end zone. Incomplete.
Tried to hit him on the fade.
Just a little too long. Jeffers just ran a straight fly down the sideline. He's a little slow in getting up.
He must be hurt because they've had him out of there most of half, and he's limping, and he's got his right arm hanging. He's really holding the
right arm down. Yeah, it's kind of dangling there. It could be a shoulder or something. Slow getting back to the huddle. 8.8 remaining, and they're going to take him out. I think that might not be a bad idea. I know he's a great athlete, but injured, he might be doing you more harm than good.
Right.
Get Miller out there, and that's what they do. 8.8. They're going to run the draw. Oh, boy. Now they got to call a timeout.
5 seconds.
Try to catch them sleeping if they could. You got the 2 timeouts, though, so now they're down to 1. 5.1. What do you think? Can they run 2 plays in that time? Quick 2, maybe.
They got to go to the end zone.
This might be the final play of the game right here. So timeout on the field. All right, if you're Jaser Costa, do you rush 3 and kind of drop everybody back toward the goal line, or what?
Well, that's the question. That's always been the question.
But they got to get in the end zone.
They've got to get to the end zone, and I'm going to tell you what. That's the question as a defensive coordinator, whoever's making the call in there. Do you pressure him or do you play pass defense? And I've said for many, many years the best pass defense I know is get that quarterback on his back, and we would go there. It's a tough call. Yeah. It's a tough call. But I think what I would do is I would pressure and I would man up everybody and lay it on the kids' line. Say, here it is, boys. He's your guy. You got him. He goes to the John. You go with him.
Well, here we go.
And that's exactly what Jay's doing.
4th and 8, so this will be the last play if they don't complete it for a first down. Starr to the end zone. It is.
He got it. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Starr to Max Lolithan. Touchdown. Barnesville wins.
I'll tell you what, it's a great win for Barnesville, and it's a terrible, tough loss for Monroe Central. Now they're fighting.
Unbelievable.
Excellent.
On the final play of the game, Starr throws a slant to Max Lolithan. He catches it at the goal line and is able to push his way over into the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm going to tell you something. Starr had a second half. I'm going to tell you what, he can throw the football. And like I said, the way he can throw the football, if I'm the coach, and I'm not second-guessing anybody, with the talent that Jeffers has got, I'm going to play Jeffers elsewhere. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. It means nothing to anybody, because the Starr boy can throw the football.
Here it is.
I don't know
whether replay again.
As I said, I don't know whether he can run it as well, but I know one thing. He's sure throwing it well tonight. 3-step drop, slant, boom, he got it. I mean, this is a great catch, too.
Caught it about the 1 and was able to push his way into the end zone for the touchdown. 20-14 is the final score in favor of Barnesville. Big win for them. Keeps their playoff hopes alive. They're now 6-2. Monroe Central falls to 1-7. We'll take a quick break and wrap it up when we come back.
Monroe Family Health Center, serving Monroe County with family practice, lab and x-ray services, and shots for tots. Nurse practitioners and physicians accepting new patients now. Now with 3 generations to serve you, Gallagher & Sons Rock of Ages Memorials has been a family tradition since 1954. See Ron, Kathy, or Jason. See Martin Rehab for outpatient orthopedic and physical therapy, plus neurological, pediatric, and sports rehab. Newly remodeled, easy access, major insurances accepted.
Lots of folks are ready to buy a new car. Some need a new car for work, some for family use. Others are planning a long vacation and they want to be sure they have a reliable vehicle. Whatever your reason for buying, Belmont Savings Bank has the money you need. It's fast and it's easy. Just call or stop in at any Belmont Savings Bank location in Bel Air, St. Clairsville, Powhatan, or Barnesville.
You have the talent and skills needed to succeed. At Belmont and Harrison Career Centers, we offer area high school students programs like these so they can get a jump on their future. Call Belmont and Harrison Career Centers today.
Doctors Eva Giro and Bob Paul Ardelli are happy to be living and working in our community. Specializing in primary care as well as internal medicine, both doctors are accepting new patients. With a vision of serving in a small rural area, the doctors visit nursing homes and make house calls to those who cannot come to the office.
Thank you for welcoming us to your community.
We look forward to meeting your medical needs.
If you need a doctor, call Marietta Healthcare Physicians in Woodsfield at 472-0712.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, once again here in Woodsfield. What a ball game tonight. The Barnesville Shamrocks win on the final play of the game as you look at the Barnesville Hospital scoreboard, 20-18 over the Seminoles. Coach, maybe the best game you've seen all year?
It's going to be tough to find a better one. You know, they played for 48 minutes and they win it in the last second. But I'll tell you one thing, it's a great win for Al Treehern and his team at Barnesville, and it was a terribly tough loss again for Jaser Costa out here at Monroe Central.
Well, the Seminoles gave it all they had tonight. They played an excellent ball game, and Barnesville was just able to dig down and find that extra little something right in the end when they needed it, and they escape out of here with a 2-point victory. 20-18 is the final score. So for Dan McGrew, this is Scott Nolly saying so long. You've been watching the WTRF-7 Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.
Monroe County Court Judge James W. Peters has an established record of distinguished judicial service from one century to the next. With a 12-year tradition of fairness, impartiality, and common sense in the courtroom, Judge Peters has consistently upheld the law. When he and his wife came to Monroe County, they decided it was the perfect place to raise their children, James and Kylie. While Jim practiced law and served as county judge, Kay worked as a dental hygienist. Judge Peters has helped make Monroe County a great place to live. Do your part to make this the right place to raise your family. On November 7th, re-elect Judge Peters to Monroe County Court. Ormet Credit Union is exploding with membership opportunities. Anyone living, working, or attending college in Belmont or Monroe counties can join Ormet Credit Union. You can celebrate our expansion whether you're college-bound, raising children, or nearing retirement. Just some of the financial services now available to you include mortgage, car, and home equity loans. Stop by our locations in Clarington, Hannibal, or St. Clairsville for your membership application. And celebrate your financial options at